You are listening to another Third Coast Nerds podcast. Fun fact of the day. You are listening to a podcast. Wasn't that a fun fact?
Nice.
You got is that how this co-producing is gonna work? It's a little, oh no! Oh no!
They let me touch a switch once, and that's what happens.
You forgot to drop the bass.
Oh dear. Yeah. So after great effort.
Yeah, and it didn't help that we had a Thanksgiving feast prior.
Yeah.
But it was
the
good.
Third Coast Nurse first annual Thanksgiving feast.
Whoa! Wait a second. What'd you call it?
What do you think I called
He
it?
didn't say first anal.
It wasn't. It wasn't nerds. It wasn't nerds, but it was close. It was nursed.
Nursed.
I heard nursed.
Nice.
So
Coin it.
instead of me, like, well, I can't remember what episode it was. Where
That's
it
like
was
a moist nerd.
It was like, which episode was it where I couldn't get it out, and it was like Thirst Coast Nerds or something like that.
Yeah, you almost gave up.
It was
The
one,
thirst codes?
It was one through
It was
5,
one-
somewhere in there.
It was one of the early ones, man.
Because you were like, I give up.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, man. So 2 freaking guests
Yeah,
and the whole room.
first time guests.
First time
And
guests.
then,
Two
and then
first-time
returning.
guests. We have 2 virgins on the show today.
yeah.
I want to. We have Garcia with a pink mic, and Sack. I'm not gonna try your given name. We call
Oh,
you
no,
Sack.
I can't do that because FBI's might be
And you got purple, so I like
Yeah,
the
I got the
theme.
purple
Our guests
nopal.
get purple and pink.
We thought
And-
it was red.
And I don't know when you want to give your special message.
oh, yeah, konnichiwa, bitches.
That was the special message.
No, that's my greeting. And then to all my Taiwanese friends, Gamarika B, and my Chinese friends. I'll be sending y'all the link later.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm about to piss off China and Taiwan.
China number 1.
Taiwan number 1. China number 4.
Yeah, this is what happens when my roommate's little brother stays with us for holidays. My Chromecast gets turned into just game streams, and 1 out of 5 of them are really good.
But you
The
had to
other's
sit through
entertaining.
4 terrible ones to get to the one good one.
Oh, dude, he's got some British dude that he makes me listen to play Counter-Strike. Wom something, I don't know.
I've probably killed him
But
before.
yeah, it was. it's pretty entertaining. So a lot of fun.
Did you guys even play Counter-Strike Go when it came out?
I did.
Yes.
What is that? I'm still stuck on the original Counter-Strike.
Arms Race is like one of my favorite maps, favorite events maps to play. Love it.
I just
Yeah.
noticed Kyle's wearing a tie.
Yes.
Huh?
I'm gonna. It's like an onion. I just keep finding different bits of your costume that you put on.
I can't wait until our production value is so high we can zoom into the tie. Because as of right now, he just looks like a normal person. Let's pass it.
Well,
the camera. We'll go the other way.
I think he just walked into his room and just nosedive into the pile of clothes and just came walking out.
in front of the camera.
Normal's a little bit of an overstatement.
Oh
for Kyle.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there's more to it if you look into it.
Yeah.
Look deep into its eyes.
Well, this is the Thanksgiving special. I wanted it to be
Yeah?
special.
Looky there.
Nice.
Yeah, Thanksgiving specials are great when you look outside and like half your
It's hot,
neighborhood's
dude.
putting up stupid Christmas lights already.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kyle, is that why you didn't wear pants?
Because he wore a tie.
Well, I mean, these are
This is what you got to get going. This is what you got to get
Oh, what,
going.
do you got for us?
This year, we'd you picked
Oh wait, no, I forgot. I can't do full screen and then switch.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll kill the.
Thanksgiving, a day for maize, the Native American word for corn, a terrific turkey dinner.
Let's get to the song already.
Take it away!
Love this so much. I freaking love this so much.
Looks like the school play I never was part of in school.
Yeah.
I thought they made you the Indian.
No. I couldn't speak the lines. I just learned English like 4 years ago.
That fake smile on people's face, like,
I need that costume.
Yeah, I love this. If Kyle needs to do this costume.
Yeah, I want that, and we're going to go to Kroger.
Yes.
just stand outside with the bell.
No. There's going to be no bell. I'm just going to, like, vigorously shake my head and gobble.
No, you should just stand there, and then when somebody approaches, just like freak out, start gobbling.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that so
Nice.
much. So yeah, I had to play that. Yeah, you don't,
You like
I don't
that?
think you have to. No, I got it from here.
Oh yeah, but I did it too. So
You did it
it was
too?
dual produced.
Dual co. Okay.
Yeah. It was produced twice.
Can it be
It's
dual
produced.
co?
Dual co?
Dual co produced.
Co-dual?
Yeah, that's from Adam's Family. I think it's from the second movie, Adam's Family. Yeah, but I just love that. Like, eat me. It's
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. I love that where it's like, eat us before we finish this song. And then eat me because I'm good and dead. Often forgotten. But yeah, I didn't talk to you about it. Did you go to, Garcia, the arcade expo thing?
Yes. So one of the best weekends ever. Went straight from work there at 3 o'clock, checked in the hotel room, took a couple hours nap, and then went downstairs, went straight to the bar, got a drink, and then stayed up till 2 in the morning playing arcade and pinball games.
I heard like half of the Game Preserve was there.
Yes. Yeah.
So I was going to go to the Game Preserve,
Yeah.
but I didn't think there'd be any games left.
No.
So since you brought that up, go ahead and give them a shout out for Black Friday. They're giving out prizes every hour and doing special events and having a lot of free stuff for members and all that kind of stuff. So if you're trying to avoid the bullshit shopping, you don't want to get shot for a TV that's like barely underpriced, go there, play games, and you can go home with some free shit.
Anything good?
You need a better crunk glass with those sunglasses and the shredder mask.
Yeah. His redneck wine glass.
Yeah, it looks.
Yeah, you need to get one of those little kids, to bedazzle that thing, dude.
No, I can't. I'm not going to bedazzle.
I have
mine.
actually got a bedazzled.
Yeah, with the
I got
rockets.
a bedazzled, but it's got rocket stuff all over it.
Yeah.
They had it at the
Instead of-
Crawfish Festival.
Instead of like Little John, it's Little John.
Can I get a yeah? Oh wow.
But yeah, did you see any homebrew stuff there? Like any DIY arcade
so
cabinets and
there's
stuff?
2 cabinets that they just did. One is Game of Thrones, the other is Walking Dead, and they couldn't get the license for the zombie sounds in Walking Dead, so they have these like third-party like generated sounds.
Nice.
I
How
want
does
to do
it-
that.
Is it really that hard to get like someone to make zombie noises?
No, you can't get the ones from the movie,
Right.
or from the TV show. So
you make
you
your
have
own.
so
But-
you
but
have
I-
to make your own. So, but the problem is this happened like last minute during production. So they just quickly grab some sounds, and it sounds horrible.
How
hard
know?
is it to?
Get a microphone and
How do you know that's not how a zombie actually sounds like?
Well, how do you know it actually came from the thing unless you audio print the thing and because anybody can go to the mic.
Well, they have the
I think we
actual
should
they
do
have the
zombie
characters
all the way
on the
around.
backboard. I mean, they got
Do
license to
zombie.
use the visual rights, but they just couldn't get the audio rights.
Do a zombie sound
Of
wave.
the two, you would think the audio rights for zombies would be much easier to get than Glenn's face on the back.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Wow.
Well, we got 6 people here. Let's zombie it really quick.
Yeah, zombie wave.
And everyone listening to this in the car is immediately pissed off.
right? we
We
make
should have
those
told
doors
it,
shake.
We should have told him to turn it up first. Turn it up. As loud as you can. We're about to be very soft.
Wait. Okay, ready? Turn down for what?
That's how I sound like during sex. So.
We just turned Sack on.
Excuse me for a moment.
It's that inner necrophiliac. You know? Like, oh man, we're gonna have a dead orgy.
Yeah, don't zoom in on me when I get up.
Hot damn, hell's yes.
Hey, talk about that game, the arcade. Do they have Skate or Die?
So
Oh wow!
in
I remember
addition
that
to
game.
pinball and arcade, they also had old Nintendo consoles, Atari, Amiga, Commodores, and they did have Skate or Die up.
Oh, do they have like Excite Bike too?
Excitebike,
Oh,
Paperboy.
that's my favorite.
Excitebike got re-released in 3D for the 3DS.
Really?
no way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember the first game that we just mentioned.
But Skate or Die?
Yes.
Oh,
I don't.
yeah.
Oh.
NES.
No,
was
I
the
remember
final-
it for NES, but I
Yeah.
don't
It was
remember
on-
it being in the arcade.
No.
No. It was just a. It was,
No, it was a stand-up arcade.
Yeah.
But the joystick, it wasn't where like you push forward, whatever. It was just like a rotating, but the
Yeah.
joystick was like leaned out the whole time. So
yeah, it was 4-player.
Weird.
yeah.
It was
4-player Skate or Die?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I've never played that. I only played a single player.
Oh, yeah. They had a 4-player arcade stand-up. It was great.
Excitebike, I
Yeah.
remember that clearly being the only game that I ever played at the softball park.
Your softball park had arcades.
Yes.
Really?
Ours had softball fields.
Yeah.
Yeah, they but in the middle because all the kids were there because no one starts playing softball until they're in their 30s and they have kids and they're like, "Oh, I got to get back into it before I get out of shape." Everyone just dumps their kids off in the arcade, so there's like 40 kids fighting over the one Excitebike machine.
See, I'm just
that's like those
picturing
Asians,
picturing
during Street
our
Fighter.
experience.
Yeah.
With ring pops and he's got like 3 ring pops on, just beating the crap out of someone to play the arcade. He's like
Ring pop
just
knuckles.
ring pop knuckles, just going to town.
Dude,
He's
there
like,
would be fights. There would be fights because there would be the entire bottom of the screen was just lined up with quarters, and trying to keep track of whose was whose. There'd be fist fights,
I'd paint mine.
and parents just
Talking
didn't
about
care.
quarters on the machines. The first time I ever seen a machine that actually had little divots for
Yeah.
quarters.
Yeah.
Street Fighter at Willow.
Oh yeah. We used to run my cousin and I used to run a scam, or not really a scam, but it was like it was gambling kind of. This was just a ripoff. But at the grocery store, Mario Mart, at my old neighborhood, my cousin was sort of the ringleader of the whole thing, and I was the ringer. I was the player, and he would get kids to come like, hey, you want to play Street Fighter? Or anytime a kid would walk up and want to play, he's like, you need 2 quarters to play this game. Like, but it only says 1. It's like, no, 1 to give him when you lose and 1 to cash in. And so it was just this ongoing racket. We would never spend our own money for Street Fighter.
Nice.
It was just an ongoing racket because it was like a whole spiel. I think I was like 9 at the time, but it's like, no, you pick the character he beats you with. So I was
See, I would've
was
wanted
the
more than
Bobby
just my
Fischer of,
next
like
game
Street Fighter
page.
2.
Yeah.
See, Street Fighter is one of my favorites, but I'm actually better at Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
I can't for the life of me now. Like I downloaded it for the Raspberry Pi.
Yeah.
And I cannot play this game anymore.
Really?
Yeah, no.
I was really good at Killer Instinct.
Oh,
I just noticed your cup has flowers on it.
I never
Oh, so
played
that's
that game.
cute. I
I
like
never
that.
played Killer Instinct and all that. Like the only games I played was at the at the arcade. That was Mortal Kombat, the original Mortal Kombat, and and Street Fighter. That was it.
When you every time I did a fatality and just watching some random kid like 7 years old look at behind you and he's like like and just walk away from the machine because it's time for you to go.
Yeah.
You know, and just
It's
leave
like
it there.
dropping the mic.
Yeah, it's like dropping the mic, and
Yeah.
he's just like, I can't inherit this game. I can't. Like, it's your game, kid. I'm like, I'm 2 years older than he is.
Yeah.
Like, it's your game, kid.
Go for it.
Get after it.
Lose after one fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a big uproar about the fatalities in Mortal Kombat X because they do an X-ray view, and you
Oh,
see
nice.
the bones snap and muscles tear. And
I have it downstairs.
Oh, it's great. I love it.
Yeah, I still haven't played that. I want to. It looked
I
really
saw,
good.
what's his name? Mill's son play that.
Yeah.
But it's
The-
like more cutscene than fighting game, it seems.
If you haven't turned it on, you can
That's
actually turn all
that's
that
if you're
stuff
playing
on.
the campaign. If you do it
Yeah.
old school versus, it's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Now, one that's a lot of cutscene even when you're playing was the one with Aquaman.
Oh, Injustice. Gods Among Us. Yeah.
But Aquaman's special was awesome because he did like the little Triton thing, and then like
the
a shark
only
just
game
comes.
where Aquaman is
It's
still
awesome.
cool.
Like you
Right.
see
The only
water,
game where Aquaman-
water just covers the screen, and a shark comes and just takes
Yeah.
the motherfucker, and you're like, I'm holding the Trident. What? He's not touching me. And then he shows up randomly to fight you more. And I was like, a shark took you away. You should be done.
Yeah.
They ate me. A shark ate me.
It took like 5 health. I was
It's
like,
Shark
this is
Week.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Right?
That's the one I got with the arcade stick. It's a set arcade stick.
Yeah.
And I got the 6-axis drivers on my PC, so I play Street Fighter with it.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
That's what I was prepping for this event. Because I placed horrible in the Street Fighter tournament.
Oh, yeah?
Bad.
Ooh, what place?
I was out in the first round.
What? Give us a number.
There was 37 people playing, and I think I was 36.
Wow.
So how old
who
was the
the
girl that
one
you lost to?
Wait. Did Jasmine play too?
No,
Okay.
she didn't.
Nice.
Wow, that's I feel really sad. Really sad for
Yeah.
you, Garcia.
Well, he probably fell asleep like right in the middle of the important part. He was like, "Oh, finishing move."
Well,
Yeah,
you see,
yeah.
I thought I was doing well. I was prepping for this, and I was playing at home, and I was trying to catch up. It was Street Fighter 4, the latest one.
we-
yeah.
you just can't keep up with the
weakness.
kids these days.
The weakness is you have a job and they don't.
I guess.
Here's Garcia's Street Fighter tournament experience. How do
No, he was probably trying to Google like the button.
Yeah, right.
combinations.
My cheat code's not working.
Yeah. That was the thing. Like, remember, you used to go to like EB Games or whatever, and they have like
Yeah.
the strategy guides, the books, you
Yeah,
know.
it's
And
still
now
the-
it's all YouTube and a website.
Yeah. I
I used to
remember
steal
I
those
had the
books.
Tekken 3
Yeah.
one. My Tekken 3 one was like all frayed and everything because I got down to where I'd play that every day, and it took me like 15 minutes to beat it when I got home from school. And I knew every single command by heart. That was the best book ever growing up for me.
Yeah. Or how you would reach like legendary status when you go over to your friend's house and they had Mortal Kombat and they didn't know about the blood code. And so you're like, bit, blood code.
That's like me. I don't even.
Or
know
like when you
about
get was it Mortal Kombat 1 when you got to if you did something at a certain point you could go fight Reptile.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah, and I remember like a room full of like a living room full of kids losing their mind when we finally. I guess I was telling them about to do it, and another friend of mine there knew how to do it too. And we're like, no, you can get the reptile. No, it's urban legend, dude. It's urban legend. I was like, it was in Nintendo Power this month. Like you can do it. And,
Wow, I remember that magazine.
Yeah,
I know. I remember actually having gaming magazines.
Well,
No,
no,
PC Gamer.
at that time period, saving up $12
Game
to
Informer?
go buy a Nintendo Power
Game
Yeah.
Informer,
because
yeah.
there was no Google. There was no looking it up. It was you figured it out or your friend figured it out, and if they don't live close to you, you're fucked.
Yep.
Yeah.
we were talking about the other day, like the different comic book magazines that they had in the '90s. They had Wizard, but I can't. There was Hero.
Wizard,
there
Dragon.
was another
Dragon
one.
was the D&D one.
I think Wizard was the one that I remember.
Yeah, Wizard was the Wizard of the Coast.
Because that one had a price guide too, right?
Yes.
Or was it the other one?
Yeah. And then at the time, baseball cards were big, so Beckett.
Yeah, Beckett. Yeah, that was like the yardstick that everything was measured.
Yeah.
There was man, I can't remember what the other one was, but it was very brief. I want to end up screwing up the video because I'm trying to type in. I'm hitting all sorts of the wrong keys.
Well, the game shop, Dimension Comics, down by me. It's just it's a walk-in time machine.
Nice.
You walk in the back, it's all old. I mean, they have all the old heavy metal magazines in there. They have.
Oh, that's where I should have went when I was
Oh,
looking for mine.
Oh, like
It
the
is-
old Valiant comics and Image comics.
He actually has an entire. He has three full bookshelves of choose your own adventure novels
Oh,
and
wow.
original
I remember
original
that.
vinyl for Metallica, The Doors. I mean,
Nice.
I love this shop.
I could spend a lot of money there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to that shop like I
Right.
thought I was.
Yeah.
'Cause I was like,
Yeah.
I need to go see Garcia on his side of town for once.
Oh yeah, talking
And I
about
wanna go to
vinyl.
the-
My friend has the vinyl of the what is it? Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
Was it a Diary of Madman? It's
Yeah.
it's a I guess it's a promo. It actually has his image etched in color on the LP.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I tried to steal it from him, but he caught me at the door.
Yeah, I finally caved in and bought that J. Scott Campbell retrospective.
Oh, yeah, you did?
It's a beautiful book.
Congratulations.
I like that book.
It's an incredible book. I mean, it collects all the interviews with him from the start of his career all the way up until I think a decade ago. So it's kind of like the first 20 years of his career. And it's when you open it up immediately, like when you open up the bubble wrap or whatever for it, you just get that hint, like that wave of Sharpie because they come signed from his website, and you see the big scrolling Campbell in the first page, and then you turn to the next page, and it's like a timeline of the evolution of his signature, which I thought that was like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
So you see the way his signature evolved from 95 to like 2005.
That's really
Yeah,
cool.
see, my signature changes every time I use it. So
Yeah. Oh, the little pads at Kroger. Dude, you're lucky if you get a line that has more than 2 angles for me.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
and
It's
see,
just blep.
I go full Bob Ross. Like this weekend at Renaissance, I bought my
it
mug
took
that I buy
him
every year.
30 minutes.
And I'm sitting there, and the guy's just like, yeah, whatever, because they checked the ID and everything, and I was like, it's like, no, you're getting a happy tree. And he looked at me and smiled. So I was like, oh, so I did like the big mountain, and another one was like little happy bush, little happy tree. And then he made me sit there. He's like, because we did the email receipt. He's like, I want to see if it's on there. So I'm sitting there. I'm at Texas Renaissance with like very bad internet, waiting for my phone to work, and he sees it, and he's like, grabs my phone, and like runs out, and he's like, look.
Very
like,
bad
this
internet.
is
They
awesome.
upgraded them 4G's tower.
No,
That was
so-
I
good.
was LTE the entire
Yeah.
time, but at the end it was kind of.
The last couple of years, they've had those the little mini towers out.
Yeah.
They didn't have them out this year.
Oh, really?
Apparently, they built some new towers and they thought they would be enough. They're not.
Weren't. Yeah, I was fine phone coverage for the day. I mean,
My
no
Sprint was
issue.
great. My Verizon was kind of.
I just kept dropping it when I tried to get out of my costume.
I figured that would be the opposite.
What's the so I've never been to
Yeah.
Renaissance Fair,
neither.
much less camping.
Do you like meat on a stick? that's 1/3 of it. Meat on a
Yeah.
stick, dressing up and being an idiot and drinking, which you could dress up and be an idiot. You don't have
You
to
could
drink.
watch us. You
So
get
it
a good
sounds like
Yeah.
a porn movie.
And camping.
Yeah.
We went
It's
through
essentially
Well, you have some cool events. Like they have the whip guy that's actually pretty funny.
the whip guy's good.
You have the flame spinner,
Flamethrower,
which is
fire
pretty
spinner.
interesting.
Gosh,
You have the
I'd
belly
re-
dancer.
I
That's
just
the
have to
same
wait for
guy.
the next New Year's Eve party at your house for the flame
Yeah.
spinner.
They have a joust. I mean, they've got probably 15 to 20 shows that go on.
Yeah.
Probably more than that in some of the smaller stages. And I mean, a lot of chicks wearing a lot less than they should be.
Well, in the first 3
Well,
weekends before it gets too cold,
Someone's
there's mud
pants
wrestling.
came off at the bonfire and went into the fire.
What now?
What?
So Meredith was telling us about this. Someone threatened to take their pants off and throw it in the fire.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that part.
And-
Apparently, like it didn't happen, but then they went back to see if they could get it to happen. So
Yeah, there's a lot of just drunken stuperness. So you essentially, you know, when it gets dark, the festival ends, and you walk, you know, 6 minutes to your tent, and then you forget to eat dinner, and then you drink, you know, a lot of Jameson.
we created Jameson Creek this year.
Yeah.
There are pictures.
I think we went
just
through
the aftermath from everyone
three bottles
pissing?
in the first night of Jameson.
No. Yeah, so it rained the first night and put Neil's tent in. He had a moat.
Yeah, at a moat.
He actually he left for the fair early, and me and Garcia spent a good 2
No.
minutes.
Let's just redo it. I didn't leave for the fair early.
Earlier than me.
I left for the fair at like 10 a.m.
Yeah, that's early.
No, that's not early.
Yeah,
I think I remember the hangouts because like I don't even think Kyle was awake.
No, I was awake. The second day, I didn't even get out of sleep back till 1. I was cold. But
Well, apparently we had to go replace tires.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
And then they had my ticket. So
I didn't even know what tires
were.
were this weekend. So
But so me and Garcia spent 15
You're
minutes.
like wait. What's around?
Well, he had a moat. He didn't care about tires.
right, I was swimming.
He needed a boat. Come on a boat.
I have to think. I don't know what the scene is out there. I would think you would have to win Renaissance Weekend if you have a moat big enough for someone to swim in.
That would take a lot of work.
you can almost swim in my tent.
Mine held up much better than I thought it would for walking on a waterbed.
You needed a drawbridge, though. That's-
Yeah, I was really hoping I had a drawbridge when I came back.
We
but-
spent
were
15
working on it,
minutes.
yeah.
We spent 15 minutes, and we're like, then we won't have firewood.
You should plan ahead next time then.
yeah.
I'm not going to pack a drawbridge. It was hard enough to
No.
see my car.
How does one pack a drawbridge?
No,
So
just
what's the hike to get your stuff into the spot you camped in?
It depends on how close you can back your car up to. Like there is
really-
no designated anything. There's roads,
Yeah.
and then there's where you want to put your tent and where you want to park your car.
Okay.
It's really
So
easy. You just
we
drive up
had-
and your tent's there.
We had 1,
I'll stab you.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 tents.
Did you count the castle?
Yeah, we had about 10 tents. Almost
the
30
castle?
people.
Yeah.
Almost 30 people on
Bouncy
our
castle?
individual campsite.
Yeah.
And yeah, there were people everywhere. So I mean, there's probably, what would you assume the number of people that camp out there would be on a given weekend?
Like 250 or 300.
Yeah, you're an idiot. A real number?
In our area, yeah.
No, I think there's close to 2,000 to 3,000 people.
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, you're probably talking
Yeah,
200,
dude.
250, 300 tents.
How big is the
maybe.
campground?
Our little loop
the
we
front
were on
entrance?
Yeah.
would be at least 100 people. We were 30 in
So
that small
how far
area.
does it go over? Because from our camp all the way up to the front, there was not that many people.
It's on two sides of the road.
Yeah, but I know there's the other road, but that's where all
We were at
parking
the
is.
far back corner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're in the far corner where
Yeah.
you go.
Because
so.
the
All
front
the way to
part
the front gate is camping.
from the front gate to the first intersection
That's
of
all
the
camping
road.
still.
I understand, but there were like 5 tents and one.
That's
By-
family camping.
Yeah, by Saturday morning, that place was full.
Yeah.
I had to go back up there. So when I
I
came,
really
because I came in late.
It feels like it's kind of like a Woodstock scene. I really want to get a band together where it's like acoustic Lute Hendrix,
That would go over well.
where it's like the
They're-
Lute Hendrix experience.
They do have AC/DC on bagpipes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well,
And of course,
Okay, I'm
you
gonna have to
get
go
all
now.
the Zelda music on
Yeah.
on recorders and
You
flutes
get-
and Game of Thrones
you
music.
get at least like 2 AC/DC songs on St. Patrick's Day at Molly's.
Yeah.
You get like at some point on St. Patrick's Day at Molly's, you'll get a drummer and 2 bagpipes that
Yeah.
walk in.
Well, that happened that one year I met you and Trevor up there. I was on like a Sonic and NyQuil run because someone was sick here at the house. And we get stuck because they stood directly behind us at that table. So I was there for 45
no one was walking
minutes.
out. No one was leaving.
Yeah, I was like, I'm here for 15 minutes, 1 beer at St. Patrick's Day. An hour later, they're finally leaving. I was like, let me go to Sonic.
But
Yeah.
a lot of the
Great.
stuff out there is shopping.
That's why I'm
There's
looking
a
forward
really
to the
really
other
cool
ones.
like hand drawn map on Scroll Place that does a lot of the maps for all the fantasy stuff. So you got Lord of the Rings stuff, you got Harry Potter stuff, you got all the Zelda maps. They actually had all the World of Warcraft maps. I mean, everything you can think of. The one I was looking at getting, I'll probably get next year, is the Princess Bride map. We got Carrie Ewell's autograph when we saw him, so I was going to put both of those in a frame. It'd be kind of a cool collectible, but Magic Cauldron's out there with a bunch of cool stuff. You have random little booths. Like, we was sitting there waiting for someone to go to the bathroom as we were going to leave, and on one of the little 10 by 10 little setups they did wood carvings, and they actually had the last chevron necessary to dial home from Stargate. So I went to go look at it. It was like $32. The little so with the circle on top.
Yeah.
And it was like what you need to get home was like what the tag said.
Nice.
And they had the Triforce and like all these things just wood carved. So there's a lot of just cool stuff like that not only goes to the Renaissance era, but they know the people that are there.
The blacksmith shop and the glass blowing shop are really, really cool to go hang out and watch. Yeah.
Well, and if you go to, speaking of Stargate, because I have to throw it out there, because me and you got pictures, 3 years ago. You go to the haunted house, the Stargate, one of the Stargates rather, from the movie's actually in there. You get a partial arch. So we actually have pictures with the Stargate.
They knew I was there, so they were waiting on the other side with the camera when I jumped through the event horizon.
And then
they knew it was going to happen, so they were waiting for me.
And then we stopped the line behind us.
So we could take pictures.
We know a few people that run the place. So they stopped people and scared them. Me and Neil are taking pictures.
Regardless if you knew anyone or not,
you just take
it was going to stop.
Yeah.
It was
this year he added Candyman. He had a full-size Candyman to the haunted house.
Yeah, I didn't make it over there this year.
So,
like hand hook, bees, Candyman, like that guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's George. You met George at the cons.
Yeah.
He's the one that had that massive
the
massive Fallout area. Well, not Fallout. That you're talking. Yeah.
Borderlands.
At the end, it looked like it was what was his booth called?
It's all the Borderlands stuff.
Oh, it was all the props. The props.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's him. He runs the haunted house out there.
It's Fallout Houston.
that sounds
is what
wicked.
it's called.
Yeah, Fallout Houston.
Yeah, Fallout Houston. It had where it's all blocked off, and he has all those props. That's
Yeah.
He's the one
So-
that has the shield car in his garage.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
he runs the haunted
he
house
does
because he
the
lives
art
right
car
around
show.
the corner. So,
Yeah.
He does the art car show.
Yeah.
The more I've been doing 3D printing stuff, the more I'm starting to go on the RPF forums and just see what STLs they have out there.
Oh, yeah,
like
sure
the
there's a
STL
lot.
files are the files you download to put them into your printer
Yeah.
to get something out of it. And just some of the gadgets, parts of it are much too large for me to print on my printer, but piece by piece, everything that you need to put together a Ghostbusters Proton Pack.
Nice.
And down to it's just short of being a complete PDF on how to assemble it.
Well, a lot of the people that go to these cons and do these cosplay competitions, they date a geek. And that geek has a 3D printer. And I've said it before, I am really looking forward to how cosplay costuming moves forward.
Yeah.
Because of the ease of making you saw what you did for Trevor's costumes and stuff. Just throw it in there and print it. It makes it easy.
That was something I had to make from scratch, and it came together very quick.
Yeah.
But had I been able to put more time into it, I'm sure I could have gotten all the detail that's in the actual costume piece. But these people on the RPF, they go deep on everything, scale, one-to-one, figuring out the scale and everything. If you've seen Adam Savage's how he built Wall-E, or it was a work in progress. He was building a full scale or whatever for an animated movie, Wall-E. And the only two things that he had for size reference that he actually Wall-E handled, was a Rubik's Cube and something else. So he scaled it. They were very, very different scales. It didn't quite match up from the two objects, so he just picked the Rubik's Cube, which meant that it had to be as big as a mini fridge.
Oh, wow.
So he was doing it as fully articulating, the eyes moved and everything, and he had I think the stage he showed on his on the video that he did, I think it was for test or something like that. He had all the sound programmed and had motion programmed with a remote control, but he didn't quite have the follow, because it was supposed to follow people. He wanted to take it to a con and just have it follow random people around the convention.
Yeah, see, someone did that one time with some sort of robot trying to get it across the country.
Oh yeah,
It didn't work too well.
they did a dog or something.
It worked until we got to Pennsylvania.
It was K9.
Yeah.
wasn't it?
K9 was at Comic Palooza, and
Yeah.
the guys that built that are actually part of my maker group down at Webster.
Oh, nice.
One of the coolest things I saw at Comic Palooza was they built the Dalek for the kid in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
So he just slides in. He has the little with there. And
That was pretty cool.
I was sitting there. I'm just we need more costumes like that. I'm not going to be pissed off if it's in my way because I'm just no.
You just don't want to be
that's
there when it
cool.
tries to make a right or left turn.
But on the topic of 3D printing, so we've talked about it before, but it's starting. I've noticed that it's starting to get more of almost a daily life. So me and Mike were eating the day before Renaissance, and he's like, "Well, I have to go get spikes for my tent." And we were having dinner with Tony, and Tony's like, "No. Give me 2 hours. I'll have 8 of them printed for you."
Yeah.
So he's like, I already have kind of a thing. I'll just have to change this and this. So we ended up going shopping, getting all the s'more stuff and that kind of stuff. Text him. He's like, "Oh yeah, I got 4 printed. Just drop by." So it's he just saved us another trip to a store. So
And $4.
Yeah.
and it cost him. He's like, "It'll cost me 25 cents."
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Kenneth and I were talking about it too, because I've been flying the quad more and more. I've actually built a brand new one since the one I brought to the show. Got that one in the air and figured out a way to make it better. So I shrank it down, but I redid the whole thing from the ground up to get to save 8 millimeters.
Is that the one downstairs?
That's the one
You
downstairs.
want me to grab it so you can show it to the camera?
I don't really care. It's the one.
It's really nice.
It's actually shy.
Is it?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
doesn't,
if
it
you
doesn't
want
want
to
to
go,
on the internet.
yeah, if you want to go grab it, go ahead.
I'll force it to come up.
Okay.
Fly it up the stairs.
No, please don't do that.
Yeah,
looking for approval.
And Kyle will crash it immediately. I'm sure.
looking for approval.
If you want to buy props for it,
Props are cheap.
Dude, I have props in the closet for my my copter.
Give me a shield or something first.
yeah. Kyle's either going to cut somebody or it's going to break every prop
Neil
on
doesn't care, man. I'm his shield.
You're my shield? Come on now.
Your tiny shield, very tiny shield.
Yeah, Operation Get
So
Behind
Chad,
Asian.
with all this 3D printing, why do my cats not have battle armor yet?
That's a very good question.
if you find the files and send it to me, you do. I'm at this point where I will pretty much print anything for anyone if they buy me a spool of plastic.
All right,
Because
deal.
the spool, it's $20 for a spool that's going to last me for a lot of stuff. But I mean, it equates about the time, $20 for the time it would take to print out all the plates of cat armor. I don't know what's involved with cat armor, but
How do you not know what's involved with cat armor?
I haven't captured a cat yet. I'll be damned if I own one.
Well, it sounds like you need to print a cat trap,
That's not very difficult. You just print a box.
right?
Yeah, just print a box and throw some catnip in it.
Yeah, and I think the only way the how you deactivate a cat with like a chip clip on his back,
Yeah.
and it just doesn't move.
No, you put a scrunchie was it right before in front of his hind legs, and he would just drop.
Yeah.
I had a cat before. I put a scrunchie around him, and
I don't know
as
if
soon
it's
as I
safe
let
to
him
give
go,
me this.
his ass would just drop.
My favorite is the tape on pause.
Yeah, the tape on pause.
Tape on pause. That's one of the videos I saw the other day. Oh, dear.
Oh.
Yeah, it got plugged up and everything.
That shouldn't have happened, especially with the controller in Garcia's hands.
What's the second plug for?
The second plug is the balance plug. So you plug that in when you're charging and make sure all 3 cells are balanced between each other, and you can also do some metering on the craft itself. So it'll check the balance and everything
Garcia's
for you.
looking how to turn it on right
Very
now.
heavy.
There's a key. You got to turn it to the right.
I'm ducking.
If
Probably
you-
the battery.
Yeah, if you think that's heavy, you should have seen what it started as. It was quite a bit heavier than
Power
that.
on first.
Oh no!
I'm scared of the fact that
holding
he's
it.
holding like this, and he's like moving sticks around, and he's still looking at it.
Oh,
like
a
he
light
does
just
it
turned
from
red.
now.
What does that mean?
No, like seriously, it'll cut you.
This is bad.
It'll cut you bad.
This won't
Yeah.
cut me as long as I don't let go.
Oh no, it will.
No, it'll fly out of your hand.
Is
Yeah.
it that powerful?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's right by my face too. I'm not really feeling. Go, Garcia, stop. Go ahead and give me the.
It's off.
Unplug it for. Yeah, there we go.
This is why we can't
This
have
video
nice
could have been
things.
very popular on YouTube's.
Yeah.
Very, very popular.
Everybody get bloody, but yeah, it's
I have no insurance, so I can't do that.
Don't worry, we're covered. We're in my house.
Oh, okay, good.
But yeah, even after making a lot of mounts for a lot of different things, like this entire front portion was added on for the camera, and you can change the pitch and everything else with it. I still haven't developed that completely yet. The back was for the first-person view receiver for the camera. I made a whole mount for that, and still with all this extra plastic, I think I ended up shaving like 14 grams off the weight.
Does it float?
No.
I want one that can land in the water.
Like you see all the like holes in the bottom of it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that was all like the weight relief stuff. There's no way it floats now.
I want one that floats so I can take it off from water.
They have them.
I can
it's
make
in my,
pontoons.
it's in my Make magazine. They did it out of the pool noodles.
Oh,
They
okay.
made
Yeah.
the whole frame out of pool noodles.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Hey, if you need a camera, I might have a spare one at the house.
Really? Like,
Yeah.
man, you just have everything.
Yeah, you'll,
Well, I
if
actually
you
bought it
go to
from
his
my-
house, I swear it's like a candy store for a techie, and then you walk into a different room that you don't know whose it is, and it's even better because it's just stacks of it, like amps from the floor to the roof.
Yeah, I got vintage car amps from like 1980s, like Rockford
Oh, wow.
Fosgate and all that. I got a 6-pack of Punch 150, so.
Oh man, I heard amps and I got interested for a different reason.
Different kind of amps.
Yeah, I was thinking like guitar amps. I'm like, I'm coming to your house.
Sure,
No, we
there's a
have
room
that-
of that somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere.
If you have
Yeah.
a Matchbox, was it matched? The Marshalls.
Oh,
English.
Some of that was words.
Words are hard.
English.
Today.
The Matchbox Marshall. Is that what it is?
No. I built a matchless DC30 tube amp, and I
Okay, we're
have.
talking amps. Got
Yeah,
it.
it's like if you know Vox tube amps, I have all of the. It's basically like a revamped Vox AC30, but it was a company named Matchless. It's kind of like a gutted and hot rodded AC30.
Okay.
So I built one of those. It uses an odd, like it's got 2 channels. It's got a really strange or really kind of offbeat EF86 preamp. That's the type of tube.
Yeah.
And it's got a really interesting sound to it. But I have all the guts to build a matchless Lightning 15. It's like the 15 watt. It's half of the DC30.
Yeah.
And it's just 1 channel from that amp. I've had the guts together for, I don't know, 3 years. And I just need to like wire the thing up. Because like different sections of it are done.
Yeah.
I just haven't actually put, like, you link the preamp section to the controls and link the power amp section and actually put the power into the thing. I have all of it, all that ready to go. It'd probably just be like a 1-day project to get it done. But every time I look at it, I'm like, it weighs things and I don't want to move it.
Yeah, that's
you
kind of like
come
me.
over and help.
Yeah, well,
I'll bring someone and point at them to help.
What? I was thinking, bring the minions.
I was thinking you could, treat you.
It's one of those. It's one of those things, though. Like building something that complex. It's one of 2 things. First of all, like when I build the DC30, if I'm building anything, I'm going to cuss more than you've ever heard me cuss in my life when I'm building something, because it's like stupid small screws. Why are the screws so small? When I designed this thing and I cussed that out. I designed it. I'm like, why is it so small? Oh yeah, me.
Yeah, that sounds like me, but I'm cussing in my own native language though. And I'm not even building nothing. I'm actually repairing amps, and I still have problems with it.
Chad's just sitting there. Fuck me.
Yeah, and if it doesn't work immediately when I plug it in the first time, I will cry.
I want to watch.
Can you record it?
It's not. Well, it's not.
I
so,
bet we would get more views on YouTube of you crying.
It's
Okay,
not.
so you're more emotional than I am, because if it doesn't work the first time
it's not
around,
even
I
that.
throw it against
That
the
was
wall.
that was the reason. The
No, there's
DC30.
different sides of the emotions. He's hurt because it's not working. He worked so hard, and you're pissed.
Yeah.
It's not the breakdown like the best cry ever that's on YouTube, which is hilarious. You should look it up. But it's more of just you pause after all that effort and just stare at it and you're like, fuck this amp, man.
Do you give out that justified?
No, it's more of like, I really want to smash this, but that's going to set me back much further than I am right now.
I always do that. That's why I have holes in my wall. Those car amps aren't light.
Yeah, but with the complexity of a tube amp, because the voltages in it can kill you.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
That entire process of building it and then getting it done, and like, well, everything on the schematic looks like it matches up. Everything meters out the way it should be, but it doesn't turn on. And then you're just like, it's sat. I just put it in the closet for 3 months and didn't even want to take it out to start looking at it again.
You just want to sleep it off.
Yeah,
For 3 months. He wants to hibernate it off.
Yeah,
I'll put it in the closet, and maybe some like little Asian guys will just come out of the closet and fix it for me.
Just put it back
Yeah,
around.
you got to put it in a big tub
Sticky
of
rice, sticky rice. Sticky rice, Garcia, not regular rice.
Yeah, and the annoying part about it was, like, after that 3-month hiatus and finally pulling the chassis and looking into it again, it was 1 pin on the rectifier tube. One
You're
pin.
probably cussing yourself out too. Like, God, I can't believe I missed that.
Yeah, it was so easy. Garcia can probably understand that, like looking at like a tube socket, and it was moving a wire.
Yeah, I heard tube sock too. I was like, I think he's smarter than that, Chad.
Which end does the foot go in?
Yeah, look at that. I don't know which way the foot goes in.
My digital class in the Navy was on 8080 microprocessors.
Nice.
Yes.
So what you're saying is you're not up on current technology?
I caught up fast. The first boat I was on, they had a Pentium 1.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah, the interesting thing is, like, at the table right now we have go ahead and give what you did. Go and talk about what you did.
I was a Navy nuclear engineer on fast tech submarines.
Yeah, and
Which, to be honest, is just sitting in a room that's radiated, making it where he can't have kids.
yeah.
Homer Simpson's job, the real thing, that's what I did.
Hopefully we get to have you on more of these shows and talk to you a little bit more. But I know I piss everyone else off because we're the only ones that are up early, and we blow up Hangouts as soon as we're awake.
You're the only ones up early enough to want to like talk in the morning.
Yeah,
I read it and then I roll my eyes and then I giggle a little bit and then I drop a deuce and take a shower. Yeah. But like in no way am I going to be like, you know what?
You're not ready.
I want to
engage.
join this conversation because then I'm stuck with my phone in the shower.
Yeah,
No, just do it like me. That's why, like, I always go with like.
You keep your phone in the shower?
No, it's just,
Well, that's for other reasons.
no, like once a week. No, back then, like once a week, I would just go in there because I got notifications from y'all turned off. So I'll go in there and just drop something in there. Like put a couple replies and like, okay, I'm done for the day.
yeah.
See, when they have
I'm
a
still
good
alive, now
conversation,
you know.
though, I get to work and I'm like, And then by the time that I finally get to the end of it, y'all have been done for like 2.5 hours.
By the time you open up
Uh.
Hangouts, you're already like 50 pages deep.
This
Yeah.
sounds this sounds just like what happens on every podcast.
Yeah.
What now?
Kyle listens. And then waits 30 minutes to catch up.
Yep.
And then starts talking about something 3 subjects ago.
Yeah, fact check something that happened 20 minutes ago, and
Like I'm like, really? You just brought up Comic Palooza? That was like in May.
yeah, he just chimes in, "Nuh-uh,
No, but that's because his phone didn't get good signal. His internet was bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was delayed.
Or it could, I mean, I think it happens more when I drink because I'm like,
yeah, it happens to me at work all the time.
But I know
You drink at work?
I'm thankful that if I wake up at like 3 or 4 in the morning with a really retarded idea, I've got at least 3 people that are probably on Hangouts that will respond.
Yeah, you'll get something out of me and Charlie semi-regularly pre-7 a.m.
Yeah.
it's only pre-7 for me. It's my day off. 'cause
I
I
had
haven't
no
gone to
outlet
sleep
though.
yet.
I had no outlet till the other. So last week, thankfully, this evolved into a joke that actually did pretty well last night. But I woke up at 3 in the morning and just something clears a bell in my head. It just said, "She has a voice like a Sleep Number bed,"
Nice.
and it would not go away. And I couldn't understand the reason why. I had no idea why this was in my head. I
Robot
giggled.
voice?
What's this?
Talking about robot voice?
No. It wasn't robot voice. It was just something. I couldn't even tell you what voice it hit. It was in my head with, but just the words. She has a voice like a Sleep Number bed.
And it'd been
the
great
joke.
if your inner dialogue wasn't like British.
It could have been. It could have been. But I don't know. It evolved to the joke ended up being like she has a body like a Sleep Number bed. But this just stuck in my head and kept revolving until it was like 5, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm up." Because it's just the frustrating thing. Like I already wrote you down. You're in my notebook. Go away. But
I
it's
would've
like
just walked to the kitchen and just took a couple shots of Remy. Called it a night.
You don't keep a bottle on bed?
Huh? No, it's not refrigerated. You know how Asians, we like to drink it when it's cold.
Get a mini fridge.
Right.
You can get the Han Solo
That's what I used
one.
to keep in my mini
Yeah,
fridge.
I just got
Yeah.
the Han Solo mini fridge for
Remy Martin
from
VSOP.
Battlefront.
I need to
Oh,
get
nice.
the mini fridge you used to take up to our old workplace.
Ed, there's the white one there, but no, he's talking about the little black one.
the little black
Sawyer
one.
has it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sawyer took it from HP.
Yeah, that was so funny. You walk up there with a dolly with a mini
With a
fridge
mini
up to
fridge for
work.
work. At like the main HP campus. Like the day
Yeah.
before that, I brought a computer
Yeah, yeah.
because we didn't have enough room on our laptop hard drives for all the movies.
I wonder how much you could get away with if you just ran up if you delivered anything, but you were wearing like a Jimmy John shirt.
Did you deliver like a mini fridge and
Yeah.
a Jimmy John shirt?
Just hold the package. Like, go buy a sandwich.
Well, I mean, with how fast you'd have to get there, no one would stop you. You'd be like the Flash would have to deliver a mini
See,
fridge.
I saw some news report the other day where they had actually got like a private detective to follow around a Jimmy John's driver and take note of all of his traffic violations.
Oh wow,
Yeah, like they were numerous.
Numerous,
Like
yeah.
speeding through school zones, driving on sidewalks through school zones.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like a bus stopped, red lights flashing. He's just like, screw it, sidewalk.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but that's what you call if your house is on fire.
Yeah, what is he gonna?
That's
what are you
we
gonna
gotta
put your
do.
fire out
let's,
with?
Let's
Ham?
run a test
No,
one
that's
day.
the
Let's call
commercial. You call Jimmy
911
John.
and Jimmy John's and see who gets here first.
The most
Well,
useless firefighter ever.
Well,
Jimmy
no,
John's
that's-
just shows up with ham.
No, so that's the commercial. Is you have the Jimmy John's scope and he goes, "Do you know your house is on fire?" He's like, "Yeah, grab a bucket." And then you hear like the walking, and then he calls his boss and says, "Everyone make a sandwich and bring it here." So they're all running with buckets, and the fire partner shows up, and he's like, "You know your house is on fire." He's like, "Yeah, I think we got it under control." And the Jimmy
I just
John's
want to see
people-
all the firefighters leaned up against the truck, watching a house burn, just eating sandwiches.
right?
Oh no, I like that commercial. It's pretty
Yeah,
fun.
if you want to see all those videos,
Oh,
I
that
should
was a
just
real
upload my-
commercial.
Yes.
I was like,
wow.
man, Kyle, this is dumb. We should
No.
never talk about this
No,
again.
this is a
That
real
was
commercial.
real.
Yes.
Oh, that was real?
Yeah. It's
Okay, I'm about to go look at
The
that.
shit's
No
on
one
there.
believed
up.
you. Everyone was like, all right, Kyle, finish the story. This
No,
you're
it's-
trolling us. No. Wow.
Yeah, that's a real
Way to fail,
Jimmy
Jimmy John's
commercial.
Wow.
So Jimmy John's is what? You know,
Talk,
it's like
use
you're-
your words.
The god of sandwich
So
delivery.
they just took over. Like, have you noticed that you haven't heard shit about Quiznos in a long time?
I don't watch TV.
Neither do I. But like, good luck finding a Quiznos. Search maps for it. There may be one.
Really?
Yeah, it's.
I
there's-
actually know where there's
There's
one.
one by work.
There's one by Luetta and
There's one down
Kirkendall.
1960.
What is this?
Luetta,
Quiznos.
Quiznos.
Kirkendall, like
Yeah.
way out there. Because there used to be one at
There's
like
still a few
Champions Forest and Luetta, I think.
So
But that closed.
I Google searched stupid Jimmy John's commercial fireman.
It found it immediately.
And three results. But then also Jimmy John's insults the fire service. My fireman nation. In an uproar.
Well, no, we mess with them all the time because Jimmy John's is used very often at work.
Sandwich lives matter.
Right.
And we've actually had 2 Jimmy John's drivers show up to our office at the same time because we put the orders in 5 minutes apart. And one guy left and they get another order from our office. They were pissed when I went up there to get my sandwich because they were like, I just passed John. John just left.
Oh, are you Jimmy? That's what I would have asked.
Oh, so there's certain regions that you get into in certain cities where you encounter attitude. Austin, University area, Jimmy John's, don't ask questions. Never ask questions.
I'll be like, where are my chips?
It's like the SNL skit. I can't remember what it was, but it's like you just get like the pause, then the eye roll. It's like, it just means it doesn't have bread. Okay. You got that? It just doesn't have
those
bread.
people don't work well with me because I'm not nice to them.
He bites back.
Me, because I didn't know. Trevor ordered it, and I was like, what's an unwich? I wasn't even asking them. But I got that snarky answer. I'm like, oh, yeah.
I was like, is there
30 minutes?
Yeah.
Remind me after this. I have a memo I created that has the unwich in it. Because it's not, no. There's a memo created for our company because
in my head, I'm like,
exist. You shouldn't
is
use
it like the Uncola? Is it just like...
It's no bread.
It's clear Pepsi.
Yeah.
It's no bread, which why you can't call it a
Clean,
sandwich at that.
no.
Yeah, everyone else puts it in a bowl.
Yeah.
It's a
Okay.
sandwich bowl.
So it's like sandwich salad.
Man,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think I'll be
essentially.
They take a giant
a
lettuce leaf
curious
and just
now.
wrap it, and they're like, "It's an unwich." No,
Yeah, it's a lettuce
it's a fucking
hoagie.
lettuce wrap.
Yeah,
think I'll
so I
be
was like, I
curious now.
really
I'm about
wanted to
drive around
know.
with a dash cam and follow these guys around now.
Yeah.
I have a
No.
dash cam in my truck right now. I should just follow them
You know,
around. if
you know who
they're,
you need to follow around during rodeo season? Follow the trailers that bring the horses in.
No, because it stinks.
Oh, it's
No,
so
dude.
good, though. It's so good.
Because, like, I was on 59 driving to a softball game, and this was probably on another podcast at some point because this is great. But there's this horse just, like, dropping deuces out the back of the trailer. So, like, I'm driving up on it, and, like, I just kind of noticed, like, there's a gap between all lanes have a car that are even to each other, and then, like, 100 yards in front of it, there's a truck with a trailer, and the horse is dropping deuces. And, like, it had slowed down a little bit, so I kind of pull up, and then it starts again. And, like,
Oh, my
when
God.
those hit, they just kind of, like, cone out of just, like just nastiness.
Yeah,
so,
it's
like,
like the
it missed
cone of
my car.
destruction.
But, dude, like, there was, like, a Beamer and something else that came up next to me trying to get by that just, like, shit all over them. So I sat there for, like, I missed my exit. I kept following it, like, farther than I needed to just watch people, like, why are these people going so slow? I'm going to go around them. Shit. It was fucking hilarious. And, like, I look back, and, like, there's like 300 yards, 400 yards of just, like, space behind it where no one wanted to get close to it. So I just think we should all just follow them around and get a lot of horse poop videos.
Yeah.
All right, well, I got the
Making
dash
a
cam.
thing.
It's tremendous.
Just make it a
I
thing.
need a dash cam. Last week, coming from where I work in Waller, I was going into Cypress to get lunch. And there's typically, like, with all the Grand Parkway stuff, we have people carrying in, like, wide loads, like beams and stuff like that,
Yeah.
usually with police escorts. Well, there's 290 in that section is down to 2 lanes. So no one's passing this. But someone got a wild hair and decided, rabble, 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 we're going to pass this cop. I saw a cop punch someone's driver window on a motorcycle. Yeah, a motorcycle cop. Like, the guy tried to get on the shoulder and go around him, and he just goes pop and punches his
I would
window.
have loved to have that on my dash cam.
The guy backed off immediately and just tucked in behind, like, yes, sir.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Well, sorry.
Sorry.
I was coming back from the VA down there on 610, coming off of 288, and same thing. All the cars are sitting there, and there's like this huge gap between this truck. I get up there, and this is a flatbed truck with the panel toolbox on the side. The doors are open,
Just dropping
and
tools.
tools are just falling out.
Did you stop and pick them up?
It's dodgeball with cars.
Oh, yeah,
knew
dude. If you're on 45 and you try to, like, time the bounce of a screwdriver.
Or a mattress.
Yeah, or yeah.
Don't talk
We
about
ran over a
mattress.
tree. We ran over a tree once. It was like a whole tree.
Nice.
Like one of those like potted plant trees. Like,
Oh,
it's
okay.
still a good, like, 7 feet tall though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Did you go over it tall wise, or was it on its side?
It was no. It was like it was lengthwise in the lane.
Like top of the tree or like roots first?
No, it was on the ground. Thankfully, it had flattened enough. But I was in. This was when I had my Honda.
Oh, so
and
not,
I didn't
not
see it in
taco.
time. I didn't see it in time, and I'm like, you just have that noise you make. You know you're gonna hit it, but you're just kind of like,
Then and your ass just clenches so tight.
yeah,
Because you're like, oh my god, I'm
Like I felt it hit the floorboard underneath my feet, and I'm like, I hope it didn't break a whole lot of stuff. But I had to go. Another shout out to Kenneth. I had to go along in my journey with the Kenneth mentality. If something falls off the car, like almost every car that he's had, at least when we were young, like high school age or whatever, we would be going somewhere and something would fall off the car every time. And the Pete family motto. Something fell off your car. Are we still moving? Yeah. Then we didn't need it.
No, talk about driving over something like, was it my dad had just got his 550. And it was kind of raining, so I was going down Bellway 8 towards, from Intercontinental towards Willowbrook. So I'm driving, talking on the phone, which you shouldn't be doing, But I'm talking on the phone, it's at night.
You don't have to clean it
So
up just because it's like official record.
This new 550 didn't have Bluetooths?
No, my dad didn't spring for that option.
Super Duty, like work truck edition?
Yeah, and plus he didn't spring. He didn't spring for the M5 edition either.
Oh,
so.
flip phones don't have
Yeah.
Bluetooth. That's right.
Yeah, but anyway, so so I'm on the phone, I'm driving, and I'm going over the the what was it, the overpass. All of a sudden, I feel the rear wheels spinning up, and like, okay, I know I'm airborne, but what happened? Well, when I finally landed, I realized I ran over a king size mattress.
I like that your reaction, though, is like, well, I'm in the air. What happened?
Well, because I saw the speedometer go from like 80 to like 110 right away. I'm like, okay, so something is inherently wrong here.
Or I can go much faster than
But
that.
I
I mean,
but
just
the
imagine
weird
how
thing
good the
is-
shocks are if he didn't know he was airborne. Until it went to 180. He's like,
I didn't realize
"Wow,
I
this is
didn't
right."
realize it at all. I ran over the mattress until I looked back and I saw the other cars like swerving behind me. I'm like, damn it! I should have paid more attention.
He was that dick that just ran it over and like didn't give anyone behind him any sort of notice. He's like, you know what? Just a mattress.
on Beltway near 290, I saw a box spring make a Kia halt immediately. Like it got two wheels on it and stopped. Yeah. So that was like, wow. Like I don't know what's worse, the weakness of the Kia or the strength of that box spring, because it was still intact. Like it was like it had like maybe
I want to know
one.
what brand it is right now.
the
'cause if it
airbags
can-
deploy?
If it can stop that car, I definitely want that box spring. Like
Yeah, just to add, that wasn't the first mattress I ran over either.
it was the first one that didn't have a person on it, though, right?
Yeah.
My second favorite, because the poo is the favorite thing I've seen driving another, is an ice chest. An ice chest full of like cans of Coke falling off the back of someone's truck, and you just see these little like canned rockets full of like just enough like gas in them to hit cars everywhere. And of course, you see like there had to have been like top to bottom 6 12-packs in there, and when it falls, it's just like you see the first set of them just blow up and go different directions, and then you're like, wait. 30 feet later, it's just like nonstop everywhere. I got a bunch of Dr. Pepper on my car.
Deploy countermeasures.
Yeah,
But you like Dr. Pepper, so
yeah, it's good for drinking and getting battery acid off.
Big John.
Yeah.
An often enough listener where he's going to hear this story and probably chuckle a lot, but he works with you now. Back when we worked together at the office, he always had a I don't know, like an 18-pack or whatever of those like Sam's brand Cokes. And one day, I don't know how this happened, he dropped one of them, and it went off.
Chain reaction.
oh my god.
All I can reference is House of Leaves because the contents inside that can were certainly had a lot more. What?
I'm trying out Garcia's Vicks on the nose. It's pretty awesome.
I'm so
This is how I'm not like spewing up mucus. Is you just take some of this and rub it on the nose.
yeah. I look over, I was like, someone just did Coke. I think
No, at first I thought it maybe
it's
like
Vicks.
it got in his mouth or his eye or something. He was like,
Yeah.
flipping
Oh,
out.
it's clearing my sinuses.
yeah, I
think
can
Kyle
smell it
put
from here.
Too much
I can smell it
on.
from here.
No, it's just a little dab.
Mhm.
I need
Yeah.
to-
Use a little more than I
Like,
use.
I'm so high right now. But anyway,
So
he
what's it
drops
mixed
this
with?
Coke, and like I swear, the contents inside, the volume inside, was like way more than what the can could hold. But it got everywhere. I was still finding, like, the week that I left that place, like my last week there, we were still finding like dried Coke. And you have those typical cubicle overhead cabinets.
Yeah.
It was in there. If the doors were closed, it was all in there. I don't know how. It hit the ceiling. It was on everything.
Wow.
Just from one can?
Just from one can.
Because I always
that was
hate it
one
when you
can.
drop
I thought
one
you- I
can
thought you
on
meant like a
another
12
can.
No,
they
no,
both
one
explode.
can.
That was one can?
Have you ever put one in the freezer and forgot about it?
Yes.
All the time.
And you come back to a frozen fountain.
No,
Yeah.
the worst is when you
But
put
only
them
at
in my
work.
freezer
No, but
and
only
then
at work
leave.
I do that, though.
When
No.
I was younger,
Put 'em in my
I
freezer
accidentally
and
put
leave.
beer
No, not
in
cans.
the
I put
walk-in
bottles.
freezer
Oh.
That
the
doesn't
plastic.
help.
instead of the walk-in
Yeah,
fridge.
it does.
So
It's
needless to
not my
say,
fridge.
Beer
What'd you
singles.
say?
when I was one of my first jobs in a restaurant, I accidentally put like bottles of beer in the walk-in freezer instead of the walk-in fridge.
Bottles are even worse.
Needless to say, we had beer popsicles around back after work.
Talk about
never had a built
overhead
beer
cubicles.
popsicle.
I still remember back at HP, was it you used to go to Sam's or something and go buy the Monster
Yeah,
drinks?
I'd go buy a case of a pallet almost of Monster and Starbucks, and then he would sell them for me during the day because I
Yeah.
only worked 5 to 10.
And then plus I would collect them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so at one point I think I had like 200 or 300 cans.
So was that your desk?
No, that was David Garcia's desk.
Because I brought y'all
Oh, yeah.
Burger King one day on a
Yeah.
weekend. I walk in and there's a cubicle with like double stacked Monster drinks all the way around it, and there wasn't glue or nothing. Like if I would have touched that cubicle, they just would have like folded in.
Yeah, there was like 200 or 300 cans of Monster. So like our last week there, I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna punk David, so I just put all these Monster cans all over the place, in his chair, under his cubicle, on his desk, behind his keyboard, everything. I mean, even his overhead credenza, everything was all full, and I took a picture of it.
Nice. I made an Ozarka 5-gallon jug pyramid. They were all full at the Verge. Yeah, Dennis's office.
Oh, nice.
So Dennis was going to be out on vacation for like 7 weeks. He just had that much vacation time stacked up,
So you had
and
time.
I had more than enough time. So I just kept stealing Ozarka bottles,
Just one at a time.
like completely
But
full.
these are the big ones, right? Not
The
the
big
little
ones,
Okay.
the big
the 5
the 5
5
gallons.
gallons.
So I started making a pyramid in his office, and I kept off the pyramid. And I just giggled. I closed the door. I'm like, 2 weeks is going to be so much fun. And I don't know when it happened, but when he came back, the pyramid had fallen. And there, like, the carpet was like very, very squishy. Like at least like 3 bottles had ruptured
Oh, wow.
and just leaked out all over the floor.
How high was it stacked?
It was stacked really, really high, like dangerously high to put like the capstone on the top.
Oh, good
It was
Lord.
it was sketchy getting that one up
So
there.
could I fit inside the pyramid
Yes, you could.
without bending?
With
I'd have
No.
to crunch a little bit.
you had to crush a little bit.
Still, bravo, sir. Bravo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So OSHA wouldn't have liked that. Huh?
No, it was like it's currently like a not occupied office.
All right.
So
There you go.
yeah, but I stole our Ozarka bottles for probably like 2 or 3 weeks straight.
Oh, wait, are you there? This was like the
This was
not be
around the
named.
holidays. Probably would have been like 04, 05 maybe.
We don't have
So-
enough time for Kyle to
We
think.
don't have enough. The dead air while Kyle
Yeah,
tries
while
to
Kyle
figure out
tries
if he
to think.
remembers.
Well, no, because I started in 05, I think, so I think it's too soon. Because I remember them telling us we can't use those anymore. And I'm like, are you the reason?
That may have been around the same time.
Because everyone used to always go fill up their bottle at the Ozarka, and then they're like, go use the one by the bathroom. These are for executive up. And I'm like, the hell?
Yeah, I just walked back
Apparently.
there anyway. I'm like, nah,
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
walking all the way out there.
Yeah, but you're the reason. That
Well,
they sent out
so many
memos.
reasons. Yeah, when I turned one into a bongo and woke up Moini, and when I had like 4 rows singing that song, because like I would start playing drums, I would start walking around and like banging on it like a bongo, but then she would always fall asleep at her desk. So then I got 2 rows of people together. I stood right by her desk and was like, Moini Mutungi, Moini Mutungi, Moini Mutungi. She
Yeah.
woke up so scared, had no clue what was happening.
That's why you don't sleep at work.
That's why you don't sleep at work. And it was always like the fun game, like when you'd walk away, like you walk the floor a little bit or whatever, and you kind of like peek over, like stand up on a chair and look over to see if she's asleep, and just ring her desk twice and then hang up. Like all day on a Sunday. She would just get pissed and leave. She would take like a 4-hour lunch, just leave.
All right, Mike, drink some of this. You're not talking enough.
No,
You don't want some Dickles?
I do not. Thank you, though.
Kyle,
you
what
do.
do you
I
say?
see. Like you've got some props or something
I
up
sent
on
it.
your. Oh, did you? Like, I don't have anything.
This was a while ago when we were talking about 3D printing.
Yeah, this was a little while ago. I looked at it. 3ders.org.
Did Chad just pull a me?
I was
Yeah.
just about to say that. Connect
Well,
to Wi-Fi. Don't use 4G LTE.
I have this. I have
slow
this
over
window
here.
closed because if we switch screens, then I don't want my stuff being up on screen. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah.
What are you looking at? Huh? Porn. What you got
Foster
over
sent
there?
that.
Yeah, I have it up right here.
The Pit Boy, yeah.
Pit Boy.
Already looked.
I got the one with the
So
collector's edition.
nice.
I don't play the Fallout. I don't understand what it is. What is the Pit Boy?
It's your personal computer companion.
So
and
it's
the-
Jarvis?
Yeah, but
Siri.
so the Pit Boy itself is it's supposed to be a little retro, but it's supposed to be but it's this giant arm-mounted technology device that's supposed to do everything for you.
Didn't you get one of these,
Yes.
Garcia?
Yes.
So it's like the predecessor to the smartwatch.
Is this the
Yeah.
one that you got?
No.
This is one you can
someone-
3D print.
Someone 3D printed, yeah.
The thing looks wicked.
Basically, the one I got is a glorified cell phone case.
Well, this is
yeah.
this also has the option is the ability to put yourself on it.
Right, yeah.
I remember one of the because Kenneth got it. One of the Call of Duties came with night vision goggles
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard
that
they were
actually,
shitty,
or
though.
they weren't really night. They were infrared, but still, they actually worked pretty well. We the night he got them, we walked around his apartment complex at night. We suddenly decided that his dog Voodoo needed to go for a walk at like midnight or something like
The
that.
dog's like, let me sleep. You're going for a damn walk.
Yeah. So yeah, it was really dark. There weren't many lights around his apartment complex, and it's just him walking around in like these infrared goggles.
I think there's more to this story because if I think goggles, nighttime, and monkey, something happened.
I'm getting camping goggles.
Oh,
What-
are these the smoke goggles?
These are the smoke goggles.
Camping
Oh,
goggles.
not a bad idea.
Yeah, there was so much smoke because
Also, is
it
there a
didn't help
mask?
that we didn't know who was bringing firewood. So we stopped at a Kroger, and we were like, "Hey, we want some of that wood you have outside." And they're like, "What color?" And we're like, "There were 3 different colors. Just I'm buying 2, he's buying 2." And we get out there, and it's hickory, pecan, and mesquite. Like, we're gonna smell amazing this weekend.
you
but
won't
all
know.
that was gone on day 1. But
So it wasn't actually like campfire wood; it was like barbecue wood.
it was like a grilling wood.
yeah, yeah.
which Mike was an
like
awesome
fairly
person.
high
and
sap
one
content
picked up
still.
almost a truckload
Yeah.
of oak.
A
And then-
wagon load full. Yeah.
And then the other me, his name is Kyle. So he was little
Dallas
Kyle, I was
Kyle.
big Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dallas Kyle. He's little Kyle. He just got like I don't know if he was drinking or what, but he's like I'm going to chop wood. He
Yes.
chopped
Yeah.
wood for like 2.5 hours. Every fire was burning hot. I was like, "There's some more wood over there."
Well, who brought the stump?
Yeah, it was part of the
Okay, yeah.
Dane's thing.
Yeah, that stump.
You mean the Amazon wood?
Yeah.
All right,
What,
so
what light up?
So Dane's neighbor, because he knows that I do the smoking things like that, he gave Dane all this wood because he moved up to like the north somewhere. It's like I'm not gonna ship wood. He's like, just not gonna happen.
Like how it sounds like Game of Thrones. He just moved up to the north.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's at the
So-
wall.
so he
Because-
filled up,
because-
he
because
filled up
it
a
remembers.
giant Amazon box full of wood and a few stumps. So Mike was gracious enough to go pick it up and bring it out there. So when we moved to the campfire, once we had a giant river in the middle of the campsite, I put my fire pit on the other side, and I take the giant box of Amazon wood over there. I was like, I'm glad Amazon delivers.
Everyone was wondering why there was a Pampers box with wood in it. That was kind of like,
The best was is people believed that I got Amazon to
Deliver
send me
wood.
firewood.
We found wood on Amazon.
Well, yeah, I'm not paying $23 for 10 pounds. That's just not going to happen. Like now, I was like, I mean, it's a big box, and I was like, Amazon like $250 came in 2 days. She still hates me. Doesn't
There was
she?
a lot of stone. There was a lot of stone hippies going. No.
How big of the how big was the drone that dropped that off?
military grade. Don't worry about it.
She is a stone hippie.
Yeah, the experience. I don't know if I'll ever. The camp kind of thing has to be something more to it for me. Like I have to know I'm waking up and going kayaking, going trail riding, doing something.
You're waking up and going to get meat on a stick.
yeah.
Yeah.
That just doesn't seem like I'm not going to go camp out for that.
Belly dancers.
I'm probably not going to camp out for that.
And girls
Chainmail
scantily
bikini.
dressed.
Chris is right. He wears a chainmail bikini.
It clenches a little, but I pull it off.
dude, we have 30 people at our campsite.
Okay, I'm glad.
Oh no, the ginger muff. The ginger muff.
I'm glad you didn't post those pictures, Garcia, because I'm living vicariously through
It looks.
you at
Oh, I can
Renfest.
see it. I can see it. It looks like someone just shoving Carrot Top through a chain link fence.
Oh my God, the visuals.
No.
Oh, that's dirty.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't start that out in the beginning because I would have lost my dinner.
Dude, if you would have said that near Thanksgiving, I would have thrown up. Like, I got the visual, and I'm just seeing him like, and I'm just like, go remodel a house, go away, go. Oh, that is bad, but that's a meme. We need to make that happen.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the cameraman?
Ginger Bush.
Not it.
Not it.
Not it.
I think we need to get Garcia a selfie stick.
We have a
please.
camera.
If I come down to
brain by
Garcia with a
brain.
selfie stick. Mike didn't say anything. I said it. I said the words.
Yeah,
Mine-
but
yeah,
no one
no,
else said it. Everyone
no, I
else
said
did
not
it
it.
this.
Yeah, you just got.
But we do have it on camera.
Yeah, we do have it on camera.
Oh, we do. We'll go back.
Oh, we're gonna have to go time it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna
Oh, wow.
find out who's alive because I know
We're
it's
gonna.
the first.
Oh
I'm good.
God, we're gonna study this film like it's the Zapruder film. You know.
If I lose, I'm gonna get one of those IP cameras with a mask on it. Okay, Garcia, just move to the left, move to the right. I think you're in the right vicinity.
My brother for 1 year thought it was be a joke to buy me a leopard skin thong.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, so I put it on and showed it to him.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very,
No.
very-
Did you like do cartwheels?
Please stop with the visual.
This podcast forever unclean.
I'm never coming back.
The moral of my life is I have no problem embarrassing myself just to fuck with someone.
You're not going to be able to watch this podcast off.
And we have our title.
Someone write that down. Yeah. I
Oh.
like it.
What was the title?
Yeah, you can't watch
You
it.
can't
You can't
watch
watch
this
this off.
podcast
Yeah.
off.
Okay,
Yeah.
here, I'll send it through Tech Minds.
Wicked. Yeah. So man, I got nothing.
Right? Where do you go from shoving Carrot Top through a chain link fence?
Jessica Jones showed this week.
Hold on.
This
no.
is true.
We need
but
to
I'm the only one that's watched it. I think.
Nope.
No, I've
I've
seen
watched
two
it.
episodes.
I haven't seen
How
any
many
of
people
it.
have finished it?
I've only seen 5.
I have seen none of it.
Does it get better?
My
the second
hand is
half?
on YouTube.
Does it get better the second half?
Garcia's dying. I don't
So
know.
far,
Yeah.
so far, I don't think
This
it's
is
gonna
what
beat
happens when
Daredevil,
you
but
sleep
it's
in a
worth
wet
watching.
tent at 20 degrees.
I thought it was better than Daredevil, but it's a psychological thriller.
Yeah, I like that.
So
part of it.
and there are a few things that a lot of people complained about it without spoiling too much. You know the abilities of the people that are in it.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult to make a fight scene between two people that can punch a bus into the satellites or the orbit Earth. You know, like these dudes are super strong, so you don't get the same fight scenes like that. There's that one fight scene in Daredevil in the hallway that is like kind of earmarked right now as the fight scene in the MCU, simply because like it's shot with one camera, one take, two people fighting in the hallway, and it was very well choreographed. You're not going to get that kind of like finesse out of the fight scenes because you essentially have people
Two
that are
brawlers,
that's
yeah.
very, very strong.
Yeah,
you
they
know,
don't
like,
really have to do much.
there's not a whole lot of martial arts necessary. And what a lot of people didn't take into consideration is they're not trying to kill everyone that comes at them because the people coming at them are also victims. So they're not trying to take them out the same way that Daredevil did. But overall, it was pretty enjoyable. I thought Luke Cage stole the show.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to his series. There's a scene with him. When you see it, you'll know which one I'm talking about. Where it's just like you can tell he's a badass at that point. Like you already kind of knew it, but like when this certain part happens, it's just like the perfect like video scene. It's like wow, yeah. So and Rosario Dawson showed up for an episode.
Cool. Oh, you ruined it. I wouldn't be surprised by that.
I haven't even seen this yet.
I think
Dude, I love David Tennant.
Yeah,
Holy shit! Like
watching this,
and I've only
I'm
seen
a fan now.
small portions of it. Like I know that I think in episode 4, from what I read, I haven't seen it yet, is when he starts taking a bigger role.
Yeah. Something
Yeah.
around there.
And I'm
About
just sitting
the-
there. I'm like, I almost stayed up. I was like, I can go to work around lunch, right? It's early release, but I didn't. So this 4 days off, I'm going to finish it.
So basically, Kyle every day.
Yeah,
It's like
but yeah, I mean,
he wakes up and like it's 10 o'clock.
I'm usually
just-
at work already by 10.
And I
go
was
in
I was
around
thinking
noon.
about it. Kind of, I don't feel the same way about it or Daredevil than I do, say Flash, Arrow, or Shield. But I think that may be partially format. They're all longer. They're 24 episodes, so there's going to be more stuff to them. And they do make you wait week to week to be able to watch the next episode, which builds that suspense.
Yeah.
You do your research on the episode. You know, you check Reddit, you find out the little bitty Easter eggs and all that. Whereas with these Netflix series, I mean, you pop out the recliner and it just keeps playing them until you tell it stop.
Yeah, this
so
is
you know
why
you don't
Netflix added the binge mode.
exactly. You don't have that same thing where you're like, okay, this week I'm going to go look up what happened on Heroes, Flash, Arrow, and all that during my downtime, because you just play the next one.
So that was an interesting question. Well, got to give credit where credit's due. Spike Miller, local Houston comic, he brings up like a question of the day or whatever. But one of the questions he asked was, given all of the tie-ins and continuity you have through the different Marvel series, do you think it's problematic, one, that Disney is marketing a good portion of this to kids, and they have content like Daredevil and Jessica Jones that kids can't watch, but there's story segments that may tie into that?
They don't tie them.
There isn't any tie-in?
There are very, very few. They make mention of the event.
Yeah.
They're very, very vague when they talk about things. There was zero mention of Daredevil in any episode of Jessica Jones that I remember. They made comments towards the big Marvel MCU events. Obviously, this was after the attack on New York from the big movies, but there was maybe references. I think they referenced the Green Guy once.
Yeah,
they don't say names most of the time.
The Green Guy, the flag waver.
Well,
Yeah.
no, the problem that I saw, because I saw that post as well, and I started typing, but I was like, nope, I'm not getting this conversation because it will never end. But it's not that how Marvel ties it in. It's like the way we look at things is we see Marvel, right? So we go search what movies are coming out, what are doing this. We do our research to know what we need to watch. Kids do the same thing. So they see, oh, Daredevil and Jessica Jones are on this, and it's Marvel as well. It's got to be good. So then they want to watch it. So
Yeah, they're kind of bought
it's
into this
not that
Marvel
it's tied
ecosystem.
into the
Well,
story.
guess
It's
what?
that
When
it's
I was
part
a
of all
kid,
the same.
your parents told you no, and you didn't get to fucking watch it.
That's
Maybe people should teach their kids what they can and can't do, and we shouldn't worry about what's put out because they were rated R movies when we were 11.
And this is why I didn't reply to the Facebook post.
Those ratings changed over time based on.
And they did. Like a rated R from 1993 is a rated PG-13 from today.
Yeah.
So I mean, with the exception of say Bad Boys, because that one would still be rated.
Well, even
R.
in like if you watch like if
Now I
a
wanna
movie
watch that
says
again.
Right.
yeah, if basically I think what I read is that a movie gets one fuck.
Yeah.
If you have two, it's a rated R.
Yeah.
For who knows whatever reason.
Either that or
Fuck that.
NC-17,
Oh,
whatever.
we're
thing.
so not an R.
Yeah,
We're
but then you
further.
have things like, you have super MDKs all over the place, just people getting their heads blown off and everything else, but you may not see blood, but that'll be a PG-13, but you have like one love scene, R.
Yeah. Well, and you've heard
nudity,
Kevin Smith
R.
talk about it. You've heard a bunch of other people, directors and producers, talk about how like they'll go through and they're like, okay, well, you got to take out this, and this to get down to PG-13. And when they get it, they go put like 10 times more of things they
just so you
didn't
can
say
sneak
need
a couple
to be
things
taken
through.
out, and they'll sneak more through. And I
What
don't know.
recent movie was like a hard NC-17 before? There was something that
It
was
was
going
something
through.
dumb too, like something
Yeah.
that shouldn't have been.
Yeah, it was something so innocuous that it like you hear about the movie, you hear the title, and you've seen it, and you're like, NC-17, really?
I was actually surprised
Was it
today.
one of the Hunger Games movies?
No, it wasn't.
I don't know what y'all
I want to see more of them just say fuck it, get that NC-17 or whatever. I'll still go watch it.
Well, I know I'm probably in response to that. I know DC, they've been trying to make a push for their movies and all that, their Phase 1, Phase 2, kind of Marvel's doing. And they've just pretty much came out and flat out said, we're aiming for a PG-13 rating on all our superhero movies. I would put Jessica Jones at a heavy PG-13.
Yeah.
We have TV
Just for the
14
first two
now,
episodes, I'm thinking that like just because the rating system sucks,
No.
I see it as an R.
No.
They don't have the cussing. They don't have nudity.
They don't have the language, and she's always. I mean, they're always wearing underwear, which at this point is a swimsuit. Like that's kind of the way they look at it. Back in the day, if you saw panties,
Oh yeah, that was like taboo.
Now, I mean, I posted y'all a picture of the ad or the suggested person on Facebook this week.
You know what? They should just follow that director. Was it Brian De Palma of Scarface?
Yeah.
Just say fuck it.
Yeah.
Just release it anyways.
Well, I know, like the original South Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The original
I love
South
what they did
Park
with that.
was
Yeah, the
supposed to
movie
be an
was-
NC-17,
yeah.
and they had to cut to get it down.
But they also showed a penis, which
Yeah.
would have gotten him an NC-17, except they
Yeah.
said it was a dildo.
yeah, exactly.
Wolf of Wall Street was originally NC-17.
Yeah.
Scary Movie 2.
Let me ask you this:
American
like,
Pie.
So
Well, that's because
Boondock
the pie.
Saints.
That pie was naked.
Yeah.
okay, so let me ask you this then. Like, so
There was penetration.
like yeah. So since thanks to Kyle, he's got
Apple.
me hooked on Supernatural.
You're welcome.
I've been doing a marathon watch.
You can actually thank Neil because he got me hooked
Yeah.
on Supernatural.
Oh, Zack
You're
and Mary
welcome.
Make a
Well, it's
Porno,
actually
I
the
think
two of
was.
y'all.
And
'Cause you
Zack and
helped.
Mary Make a Porno was originally NC-17, and they
yeah,
actually
at the end, what's his name came out butt naked.
yeah, well that too, but they wouldn't let him publish posters because it had the word porno in it. So he had a lot of the places where he put posters up in theaters and stuff like that. The movie didn't have a title, like they weren't allowed to put a title on the poster.
Wow.
So it was just like Zack and Mary,
To be Zack and Mary make a star.
Yeah, but it's like
What?
there's such a weird division in like cultures and stuff like that, where you have Japan where you can buy used women's panties in a vending machine.
Yeah, before.
And what do you mean before?
No,
Did I
no,
get
you
it
can't
wrong?
do it. No,
You can't do it now.
Yeah, it's been banned.
Oh yeah, wasn't it like
So
there was
what
like
do you,
some.
where do you get yours then?
Huh? I make my own. I just
I
put,
like that. I like that. Huh? Yeah.
no, I just put
No, this was on a
no,
TV
I just put
show
fish
I was
sauce on
watching
it.
recently.
It just makes it smell the same.
No, I'm serious. This was on a TV show.
No, actually, there was a
recently.
guy that got
Bad
arrested
agent.
on eBay for that because like he was selling used panties, or he claimed to sell used panties. He was buying new panties and just sprinkling fish sauce on it and then shipping it in the mail. And he was, and the reason, and I mean, like, correct me if I'm wrong. If somebody wants to check this, but
You're asking anyone at this table to
fact
Oh, there's
check.
a random
I'm-
thing you
But
just.
I'm
No.
not googling this.
no, but
I'm
apparently,
sorry.
no, but
It's not
apparently the guy
happening.
got in trouble for selling,
Oh, it
sell-
was on Orange Is the New Black.
He was selling something that wasn't what he claimed to be. It wasn't the fact that he was selling used panties.
like,
It was selling
Technically, they were
advertisement.
used. It just wasn't what they were expecting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the
They were
first.
used as a fish
As a
sauce
napkin.
filter.
Yeah. No, but now let me go back to this original question. So so Supernatural, because all the gore and blood, or whatever, and it's still on CW. So I mean, what's the rating on that? I mean, 'cause they
those
cuss-
aren't even TVMA,
Yeah,
so they're
I mean
TV
that's the thing.
13.
It's like
Yeah, I think the
They
TV14.
got the
you
lingerie
have to
and all
remember
that
these
kind of
days,
stuff in it too.
gore
Well, 'cause
and
they say
violence
ass
does
and they
not
say-
register on the
Well,
scale
no,
anymore.
but they also have
Yeah,
a lot of like
because they're more
hottiness in
tolerant
it
now.
too. They have the lingerie models and things like that just show up randomly.
well, like I said, you can go watch the Victoria's Secret
it's
swimsuit
on like
catalog
CBS or
on
ABC or
CBS
something
at
like
8
that.
o'clock on Sunday, right before like Pastor Jim shows up.
It's
So, I
coming
mean-
up this weekend. It's
Is it
always,
really?
It's always Thanksgiving weekend.
That's
I'm
right.
thinking
Because they
maybe
bring the
because-
big angel
yeah.
wings and shit.
oh, it's
Yeah, I'm
gonna be
thinking
on
maybe because of
Chrisflix?
like Supernatural and all
Maybe.
that, because it's filming in Canada. Maybe Canada has like certain exclusive,
Well,
like,
no, it's
you
the
know, like-
MPAA that does the ratings, and that's just here.
Yeah, you can compare it to Canada, and you'll see that a lot. We'll have it they'll have it Canada 14,
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
is
what-
PG 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is weird because I mean, to me, it seems like like depending on which which I guess generation, whatever, it's like the tolerance of what is what is allowed or not. Because I mean, like when I think back in the days, they couldn't even say bitch on TV, but now it's like like
It's common.
yeah, it's like
Now
almost
Well, I
they-
every
remember when they were
episode.
Now
like
they can say
G-damn,
son.
and then 2 years later you can say goddamn, and then
Yeah,
now
it's
you
been
can-
as slow as
goddamn
and, like,
mother.
Well, yeah, the
one
word
thing-
list has adjusted.
The
Yeah.
one thing that it's the saddest event. The one thing that blew the whole world open was NYPD Blue, and they
Yeah.
just showed
Yeah.
full shot, full screen Sipowitz's ass.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, just bam.
Well, not
here
the
you
scene,
go.
but I heard about it.
So I'm gonna run with this for a second. So this is for you, Mike, because you're old enough. Battlestar Galactica when they did the frack.
Okay, yeah.
Was that like a horrible thing? Like they were like, well, we know what it means.
You're talking about
It's so they can go on Sci-Fi.
No,
Oh, I'm aware.
no. South
Yeah.
Park had already gotten way past that before Frack came around. South
Okay.
Park had done its fuck episode,
Yeah.
which
was frack in the original?
no.
No.
Oh, okay, I was hoping it came back.
No.
I want to touch on your Canada thing. Lost Girl. I think you're the only one besides me that watched it.
I've seen
I've seen the
episode.
first season maybe.
But if
Lost
you watch
Girl.
it on Sci-Fi, it's about a succubus. You'll like it.
Oh, I'm not there.
But
Well, you already have me on
If you
suck.
like Supernatural, you'll like this one.
it's
you already
on
had me on
Showcase
Suck,
in
so-
Canada.
Yeah.
Well, I've compared episodes downloaded from Sci-Fi and from Showcase, and usually the Showcase ones have about 2 minutes less commercial, and they actually show more than Sci-Fi does. So you're-
Showcase is more like Stars and Showtime there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you
That's
pay-
apparently that's what it runs on.
What does
in
Netflix
Canada.
get them from?
I don't know.
That's what I've been watching.
I would imagine it's going to get it from the U.S.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably get it from Cody. I mean,
But
sorry.
if you check a Plex server, you might find. I mean, mine would have the showcase.
Yeah,
ones.
I have the showcase ones.
Yeah, and just because everything aired like Stargate Atlantis would air a week early in Canada than it would here. So yeah.
Oh, baby, yeah. I'm going to have to watch that show now.
It's
Oh,
good.
yeah.
It's really good.
And this week, playing the role of Ed.
Apparently, it's this seat.
Yeah,
What-
it's
what
that
is Ray's
scene.
inner
Or it
monologue
could
sound
be
like?
that it's the Asian because they're
At least
both-
we didn't have the Ed warm-up sounds.
Man, let me
Yeah.
check for hex bags under this thing, man.
Yeah, we miss you, buddy, man. I got to get that. I got to get that sound bite.
All right.
Well, some theaters are fighting the
That's close
NCAA. Apparently, no one is legally required to go by those guidelines.
No.
So that it's theater by theater, whatever they want. And there's a French movie called "The Blue Is the Warmest Color."
We're not going to play that. We're going to get banned if we play that.
I don't have the trailer. But
Stop, I can't have
It's
too many
any
tabs
well
open here.
so far. I guess it's like any movie or any indie clip that we play that Mike suggested. That will
Yeah.
just take it down.
He's at
So-
100% right now.
So
anyway,
when you
it's
say
got a
somebody's-
lesbian love story, so it got an NC-17.
Okay, what's the title? I'm trying to
Blue
save
is-
this.
Blue is the warmest color. So in New York, theaters are allowing teenagers, even though it's NC-17.
That had a question
I like
today.
New York.
I was watching the preview for Star Wars on TV, and they haven't updated it with the rating that was announced for it today. It said not yet rated. Well, there's reports of how many thousands of tickets are already being sold. How are they going to sell tickets to a movie to people without a rating being assigned to it, not knowing the age of the person buying the tickets?
Yeah, they're actually only if you go to purchase those, you click a yes, I'm over 18.
But what if it's PG-13?
And
The over
there's also-
18 part is
and
just
there's
using
also
a credit
child
card.
tickets.
To pre-order the tickets, you still. Yeah, you,
Well,
you
an
can take
adult
it- you can
has to
take a
buy
child
it.
to those,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, the thing is,
Well,
like again, like
Not
little.
NC-17. Well,
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
well, like
No,
I guess I just
NC-17 you
proved it.
can't.
You could take your kid to a rated R movie if you really want to.
And
A
rated
little,
R, but not an NC-17.
a little cheat
Well,
code.
No
depending-
children 17 or under,
Depending on the
period.
theater, I did stipulate just a few minutes ago that the teenagers.
Well, that's that, yeah.
So
No, there's a little loophole because I remember that there was a movie it was a pretty stupid movie. I don't even know why I went to go see it, but it was called Clockers.
Well, we know why.
Okay, well,
I saw Clockers. It was good.
okay, Clockers. Well, it was a rated R or NC-17 or something.
It was rated
like
R
that.
at the time.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So I went to go see the movie with my girlfriend and her younger sister, and her younger sister was probably only like 13. Now we walk into the theater and said, "Oh yeah, how old is she? Oh, she's 13. Are you her legal guardian? Yeah." They didn't double check.
Oh,
or
yeah.
nothing,
No.
I mean, I
Yeah.
look Hispanic
It's actually
anyways
it's not
because,
it's not their
I wouldn't trust
responsibility.
you. You
Exactly.
look
Well, the
shady.
number one rule is always check the person that's look into their eyes. They're not getting paid enough to care.
yeah, true.
That's basically the rule for everything.
Look at their shoes. They're not getting paid enough.
Well, 15, 20 years ago, I mean, like what minimum wage was probably about $4, $5. They could care less,
Yeah.
anyways.
Well, the thing is, like, this is an
Hand them a
interesting thing to
five,
bring
they're
up.
happy. They're like, extra hour.
This is an interesting thing to bring up about the gatekeepers that keep people in and out of certain events. It's an interesting thing to bring up recently about the whole Paris thing too, security and things like that. Going to Circuit of the Americas for the Formula One race, big international event. We don't. So Trevor and I go to this. The closest people that speak English are Australian.
Nice.
Yeah, so like we have people from Spain,
Everywhere,
from
yeah.
Spain, Brazil. It's a big international event.
Well, especially like the big F1 countries too.
Yeah,
Like
they're
Spain
they're all
and
there, and like
yeah.
no one. There's very few people that are there from here. So walking into this place, like you can bring in water from the outside. You can't bring in any food. Your backpacks always get checked and stuff like that. Well, walking in, every time I've gone, I usually bring like a hand towel because either for sunshade or dry up water if it rains or whatever. I have my rain gear if it's raining. So this past F1 weekend was like pouring down rain, everything else. So I had my bag full of stuff, towels, rain gear, everything else. And they pop up in your bag, and I just tell them, like, oh, yeah, I've got water in the bottom of this. And the guy just sort of nonchalantly, like, shuffles some things around. Didn't even, like, look below that.
They
He's
just have to
like-
make an appearance that they're doing it.
They just have to make an appearance to do that. And I was like, you just have this idea, like, the number of weapons I could have brought into this. Because there's no metal detectors. There's nothing there. And to think that it's kind of like a convenience for us because we know we can get in with, like, food.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to buy anything there because it's too damn expensive.
Exactly.
But we can get in with like, the pocket of my cargo shorts is big enough to hold a sandwich.
See, most real sports make you use a clear bag where they can see all the way
There's a
in
very
it.
important part here. What type of sandwich?
Quiznos or Jimmy John's?
Well, I know like Texans games, you have to have a clear backpack if you take a backpack in.
Yeah.
Rockets, they do metal detectors and they search. Like they
And-
actually like
And
we've been
it's
sent
so-
back for a pocket knife being in a purse.
In Dynamo, they have 2 lines. If you have a
why I
bag,
keep it
like
in
you
your
go
boot.
through
Yeah.
and they search, and then everyone else, you go through metal detector every time, and if my belt go off, they're like, yeah. And they do the whole wand thing. So, like, I feel safe even though people get stabbed there, but I'm cool. Like,
Yeah. But it's an interesting contrast that you have like these events that have a much smaller crowd than COTA during an F1 weekend.
Yeah.
Like the attendance is probably like quadruple what you get at a Rockets game or a Texans game.
Yeah.
And they don't get checked as much.
Well, what's funny is that when, you bring up the security checkpoints and all that. Like, I read it on one of those tech sites, whatever. They said that TSA, like they do, like there's an independent group that actually like they audits them, and they said that I think
you
they're
can
only
see everything through.
95% got through.
they were only 5% effective.
Yeah.
And these are the people that are doing the audit. They were like doing bombs and everything, sending
Yeah.
like makeshift bombs or whatever, and they were able to get through.
Like post Columbine, we had a kid come decline that he was making the rounds like right after Columbine, doing all the demonstrations about what you can fit. Like you see like a normal kid.
When to and when not to bring an alarm clock to school.
Yeah. $15 million this kid's filed a goddamn lawsuit on this shit.
No kidding.
Yeah.
He's sponsored by
someone should
Intel.
send him a clock.
Dude, like as a junior engineer, as
Someone
a
should hire his PR.
as
Seriously.
it's weird that like I've vouched, like I kind of like backed up the kid because like
Me too,
flashing back
initially.
to my high school days where I was like one of the officers in the Technology Student Association. Like I would have gone to bat for that kid. Like no, fuck you, teacher. You should have.
Oh yeah.
Like I would have gone to bat for that kid. Like if he was in my club. But now with the lawsuit and all the absurdity, I'm like, go fuck yourself. Seriously.
Yeah.
The water bottle rocket I built for my high school AP physics class is probably considered a federal offense now. I used an air compressor and liquid nitrogen to power it.
Now, you want to talk about something dangerous for our high school a senior project, whatever? We made homemade bottle rockets.
Yeah, I mean,
They
let us
these
do
were
this
like
stuff.
I mean, and the thing is, these are basically bombs. I mean, we're making
Oh, yeah.
gunpowder,
Yeah.
I mean, we made homemade gunpowder, everything, packed it into a rocket. And, I mean, of course, our physics teacher said, okay, we need to walk at least 200 feet away from the building. We still hit the building.
Yeah. Well, our clubs, especially like in a I think we were 5A still when I was there. All these clubs that are outside of sports are horribly underfunded. So for all the architecture projects, we had no money for things like, X-Acto sets and stuff like that. So we all just brought them. And basically the only thing that your teachers and club leaders told you was don't get caught with it. Don't let any other teacher see it. Don't get caught with it. Make it to and from, because we had nowhere to store it. You couldn't lock it up in the classrooms there. So you had to bring it to and from class. Like it was on you all the time. So here I am walking into school. Like the second half of my day was all architecture, engineering, everything else. I'm the vice president of the club at junior year, and I'm bringing more than enough to help all the other kids that are in the club finish their projects because they're like, we ain't taking that chance. Like, okay, well, take one for the team. Vice president brings them. Stop it.
Yeah.
So I've got 15 X-Acto sets in my backpack. And not like the normal blades either. Like these are like the special blades. Like we're
carving
cutting,
blades,
the carving blades, because we're cutting like 2 or like an inch and a half thick foam board with the stuff. So at any time, like I can just like what was it? White Man Can't Jump. Cut this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like when they break out the straight razor and shit.
Yeah.
Like cut this motherfucker right
I
here.
did not expect that to
Yeah,
come.
see, the
And
thing
then
is,
it
like-
happened. I was just like, he is white.
and he can't jump.
Yeah.
Can you try to jump for us? Just give us a little.
Oh, we're still enjoying the little jump that I heard about you doing earlier.
Okay.
Little double
Okay.
jump
To
flip.
recap, it was beautiful. Okay. Kyle got 2 leaps, and as he leapt, two little flippers in the air, like flip, 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 flip. Like I was like, wow, that's effort.
Well, there was great reason. So we were trying to do this setup. We got a lot of people, multiple guests, even the quiet one. And
Is this mic on?
And Chad's like, we need preamps. Well, he brought me a karaoke machine for downstairs. Like to
He
go
walks
back
in with
up.
a thing, and it looks like someone just sold him a VCR on the side of the street.
That's
It
Zach's
looked like a
car.
DivX
Like
player.
literally, that's what happens. He goes to his car. He's like, "Hey, I got this for you. Now we can do this." And you're just like, "Cool."
Well, you
I
say
have
you
a
need a preamp.
Well, I have a computer that is a router, and I don't know which one. There's 4 of them in there that's the exact same. This guy's amazing. Well, anyway, so I was like, immediately handed it to me. He's like, he's trying to find a screwdriver to make it not dented. And I was like, no, I need to take this to Chad. He needs a preamp. So I was excited, like Mario running off of the side of a cliff excited. When that happens, even big guys can run on air.
All right.
Dude, rub some
That sounded
vapor.
delicious.
Yeah, because that wasn't on the mic at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, here you go. Put that on your nose.
Okay, so Foster, you told me that was it blue is the warmest color. I did a search and I didn't finish the whole warmest color. So the search results came up and it says blue is the warmest color, and the next result was vagina is the warmest color. So apparently I'm gonna be watching 2 movies now.
What color is vagina?
I don't know. That's
Wait. If you don't know the answer to that question,
Yeah.
It's
we
like
need to have a talk.
No. I'm just saying.
I wanna
when
see
open
what
a
this
Crayola
guy's
box,
answer
even
is.
the big box of Crayola, not a single one of them fuckers that says vagina on it.
That's why I will watch this movie and I will review it next time.
All right. So we'll see you next week.
It's kind of like there was an episode of Married with Children where Kelly somehow turns into a scientist.
Oh, yes.
And she's in the lab, and she's like, they're asking her like, I invented a new thing, and they're like, what's it? What is it? And she goes, it's bleen. Like what the hell is bleen? It's like
I remember.
it's a new color. It's a mix of blood and spleen.
Well, wait,
That's bad.
not as bad as my sticky rice blood joke earlier.
Oh,
Okay, I must have missed
Apparently,
this one.
I didn't hear it. Go.
oh dear.
Yeah, we don't want to bring that onto the air.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
Yeah, you don't want to upset the guy
No,
that
we
actually
don't.
cooked your sticky rice today.
It wouldn't
I
be him.
flipped it.
Yeah, you're right. It only took
I
like
did the
30
hard
seconds
part.
for him to do that.
Yeah, it's like I've never quite experienced rice in that fashion. I remember fondly as a child playing with large amounts of Play-Doh. I didn't expect to encounter a food that was very similar to that.
Yeah, it was
Dude,
like
your
a ball
face-
of gummy bear.
Because like it just goes around like, oh, do we have like a spoon to dip it out? And it's like, no, just reach into the basket,
No, that's
pull
what I
out
was
some
going
rice.
for.
Busket.
Yeah,
The busket.
Your face when you were like, "Where's the utensil?" I was like, "No, just shove your hand in there." And Zach's like, "Yeah," and you're like you were slightly disgusted that you would have to touch it. You were like,
No, it was more.
No,
of,
no, it wasn't
I know,
that.
I just scratched my ass, and you're all gonna get like ass hair in your sticky rice.
Well, it was a
It
toss
is
up between
Vietnamese-
that
or
and
no,
it-
like
it
a
was
yeah,
a
yeah,
car-
no,
it was
I
rice.
didn't touch it.
"No, I
Yeah.
gave it to him because
Yeah.
he's dying."
Yeah.
you're like, was it grown sweet and sour?
Well, that's how you get the good flavor. Like the closer you get to the bottom,
Yeah.
all sorts of good flavors.
I don't remember adding cheese.
Oh wait, it's just yellow from the bacteria that's growing on it.
I thought
Yeah,
you were the last
it's,
one that grabbed.
Actually, it does look kind of orange if you leave it in there for too long.
Well, no, I'm gonna make those. Did anyone else just think
And
Sin
Carrot
City?
Top is back in my head.
See, I went the wrong. I went Sin City. I went the little orange
the yellow,
guy.
that yellow
Okay,
bastard.
I was
He's
going
orange
like
to
with
me.
cheddar cheese, you know. But when you
Sharp
decided
cheddar.
to go, when you decided to go with
Well, it all depends on your specific pH
yeah.
and your biome, whatever you got going on in your gut. Fermented cheese can take a lot of different forms. Oh god! Oh!
I just realized I'm like sitting there. I'm looking. I'm like,
Why can't you
Oh.
Right
MacGyver
enough.
something out of paper clips, Kyle?
I'm back.
I don't have paper clips.
Stapler?
Now I'm back to the league. Tribble forever unclean.
Oh, that's a redheaded Tribble right there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like if they did there's a album by the Black Crowes. I think it's called Amorica, where they were banned from being sold in stores because it's got a picture of a crotch in a bikini, and it's slightly pulled down. You get a little hint of pube on the cover.
And they were banned. Yet Nirvana can have baby dick.
It was banned.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was banned for like
Yeah, and you two can have a cover of two guys like crouching down, hugging each other.
Well, they're British.
what?
Yeah, I don't know what.
No, they're not British.
They're not. I just wanted to see what the agent said.
Kyle's trying to troll.
He's not British.
All right.
Nichols is
Well,
getting
going
low.
back to the
That's what I'm
puppet
saying.
thing.
That's a Tribble. Seriously, you're the Star Trek person, and you don't know
I'm
what that
trying to
is?
segue.
Oh my God, he actually talks.
He talks.
Yeah.
It's
Because, like, all of a
do
sudden,
you
like-
really want to try a segue with your first words tonight?
All of a sudden, Mike just gets really mad. He's like, I have so many tabs open right now.
I really do. We never get to
Hold
my
on,
tabs.
the Star Trek guy's holding a Tribble, and he's
It's-
like, "I'm
dude,
going to use a word that's
I feel
not a Tribble."
I feel so bad for Mike because I've been watching this poor bastard open page after page after page, and there's so many tabs
You know what?
open on the screen right now.
Can we do this? Can we do the Mike show? You roll.
All right.
Well, going to did anyone expect to have a new Jim Henson series or not series but special come out?
Is it Muppet?
It's similar. I've
Yeah.
just sent the link to everyone. Turkey Hollow in time for Thanksgiving.
Turkey Hollow, like Sleepy Hollow, but is there like a headless chicken?
I just saw this.
That's
There's
tomorrow.
room for a duck. That's what I'm hearing. Turd duck, and here it comes.
The only food name that I had on my list to talk about was Kevin Bacon and what he's about to star in.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That looks interesting.
I didn't.
Trimmers TV reboot starring Kevin
Seriously?
Bacon.
Starring and produced by.
Starring and produced by Kevin
Dude, I'd
Bacon.
buy cable for that shit.
That's horrible.
Oh,
Trimmers was amazing.
No, Tremors was amazing after the third one.
Well, he wasn't in it after the third
Yeah.
one.
There's 6.
Yeah, but
And-
Kevin
and
Bacon
also-
stopped at 3.
Guess who they're rebooting The Mummy with?
Really?
Is it Brendan Fraser?
No.
Oh, who?
Shall
I will say, everywhere he goes, they have to build an 18-inch stage.
Tom Cruise?
Yes.
What?
Tom Cruise.
I was thinking Tom Cruise, but then I was like trying to put that in the context of the Mummy. I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
No,
I
see-
watched the new.
I lost
back
audio
up.
in my headphones, but yeah, like so that's a segment. Like what? I don't even understand. I don't even understand.
Can you hear me now?
As long as I'm
can-
not
yeah.
in it,
Can you hear
it's
me
fine.
now?
Yeah, so we lost like maybe 15 seconds of audio from the video, so I'll have to drop that in. So more technical problems. God damn it!
Just
Or,
just leave it
no,
blank.
Or don't.
Don't.
Just don't. And when they comment, be like, here's a link to Libsyn. Libsyn.
Yeah,
Well, it is going to be difficult because I think we are like an hour and 45 minutes in now.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
recording.
You know what?
But
We're
it's
not
like
done.
it's almost like the
We
celebration.
lost Zach.
Yeah,
No,
I think he
he'll-
had to go pee.
He'll be right back.
yeah.
Either that or he's making one of
Although
those.
I'm
like,
not too happy that his screen still says vagina in the warmest color, and he decides to take a break.
Dude, no. It's unlocked. You go to town. All right, so.
Garcia, stop dying, damn it! Stay with us.
So I will survive. We queued up things at the very beginning, like 4 hours ago.
Yeah.
Can we watch that the Civil War video? Because I really like to discuss that. Like I'm very happy about that trailer.
You don't understand how happy as it is. I'm sitting next to him. He's not wearing pants.
Let me see your hand.
He's just a little happy. Though.
We got the fader down.
I'm gonna take my sunglasses off for this.
Your mom's name is Sarah.
Your mama name is Sarah.
You're a wanted man. I don't do that anymore. Well, the people who think you did are coming right now. And they're not planning on taking you alive.
I had to.
Oh, you're taking a little bit away.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Very
Oh, I
nice.
see.
Probably doesn't help. I cut it back with a giant freaking
Yeah, it's
Marvel.
like, hello.
logo. Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
People see you as a hero.
The only thing that could make this better is the Requiem for a Dream music in the background.
Yeah.
Dude, yes.
With unlimited power
All right, we're brothers. That's why we're synced. All right.
that's something the world can no longer.
That little guy there.
I know how much Bucky means to you.
All right. So this part coming
Stay
up.
out of this one. Please.
No, go back.
You'll only make this
Does she
worse.
look older? Like they made her
saying
old
you'll
for this
arrest me?
movie, right?
It wasn't just me, or like that line while ago said that, you know, like, did you say, like, fucking?
Captain.
Like if you go back, no, like there was a line I thought she said fucking.
So you come
Dude,
back
I've
and you're all
watched this
like,
9
fucking-
times and I have not heard that yet.
We're no better than bad guys. That's not the way I
Okay,
see
let me
it.
go do the subtitle for
Some
it.
people want to punch through your perfect routine.
China number one.
I just want to
No,
be
it's
sure.
Taiwan number 1.
Taiwan number one.
China number
People that shoot at
14.
you usually have no shoes.
China number 1 is the wonton soup special.
No, but did Scarlett look like 10 years older than she did in the last
No.
movie? That's just me?
Yeah.
All right.
That's CGI, motherfucker, CGI.
I think those are just the years that a horrible movie puts on you. Like she has done Lucy.
That's kind of like that Facebook post of Val Kilmer in Top Gun.
Oh, and then you
Yeah.
have the really awesome fight scene at the very
Do
end.
this fight.
Yes.
And this little thing he says.
So was I.
Oh, burn.
Dude, I want to see this full scene. This right here, like, Garcia knows how happy I am without pants on. You tell
Yeah.
him. All 3 inches, right?
Okay, sorry, but you know,
He's
I think I
stretching
need
the
to start
sides.
watching all these movies because I need to get caught up.
Oh, wow.
I haven't even seen none of these movies. None of them.
You know what?
Not Captain America.
Let's straighten out
or-
your eyes and we'll do this shit.
No, I like to watch it in widescreen. Yeah, Asians are.
You want to do like what'd you say, like Clockwork Orange?
4K.
I just keep asking him after every movie, is it safe?
Every
Is it
every
safe?
time me and him watch a movie, I feel his eyes are closed. He's just a...
No, I like watching it in widescreen. You know, 16 by 9. No. I'm sorry. Let me take it back. 16 by 10. That's the new standard. Widescreen, motherfucker.
China number 14.
I'm still trying to find the picture of was it one of my friends posted on Facebook. There's this little Asian girl, I don't know, Chinese, Korean, something like that. She does this and say, "I see widescreen."
Oh wow.
I'm still trying to find it. I mean,
So-
it's racist as hell, but you know.
Is this the one they were supposed to have Spider-Man in?
Yes.
Okay.
Just
Well,
a little
that's
bit.
the
Hold
thing.
on, like in the background or actually in?
A small amount, I would
A small
imagine.
amount, but they released the presser for the movie that had the description of what synopsis of what's supposed to happen, and I wouldn't compare the two from the original one they released to the one they released this week. The new one's a little more wordy, and it discusses more about the Civil War separation of the Avengers team. The original one, the very last sentence, basically said that they were split up, and they would have to deal with a certain new foe. Whereas the new one said they're split up. One half is led by Cap, one half is led by Tony. So I'm kind of interested to see how their latest presser is kind of downplaying the fact that there actually is going to be yes, the Civil War has them split up. We know it's the whole Mutant Registration Act of this certain series, but it's they're not really playing that there's actually something else going to happen in the movie that they're going to have to work together or apart around. So I think that's introduction of another character that will join them later. But
Well, you got the Panther.
and there's a lot of if you go look at on IMDb and some of the things, they have a lot of the titles for people that are going to be in it as Nicaraguan street vendor, Nicaraguan this. So that may not be the right place, but wherever I think it is that where Black Panther is. Nigerian?
No.
Is it Nigeria?
Nigeria.
Yeah.
So Nigeria, not Nicaraguan. But
Wow, that's
but-
two.
yeah, they start with the same letter.
2 different drug lords.
Yeah, but so obviously we know he's going to be in it.
Well, he was in the preview.
Yeah,
Yeah, he showed.
but we don't know who the villain is.
Yeah.
There's a new foe.
well,
They have
they
to.
split the team at the end of Age of Ultron.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
And the thing is it going to be a new villain or is it going to be Avengers versus Avengers?
Well, and that's the thing. The first presser said that they had to almost unite to fight a common foe, whereas the second presser didn't mention that. So they're really now that then you didn't know when the first one came out who the teams were. Now they've got all the images for it. I mean, we kind of could draw the line. A lot of people were kind of surprised by a few people here and there, but overall, you knew where the line was. But
You're almost surprised by the leaders, to be honest.
yeah, a little
Like
bit.
when I
mean,
think Rebellion, I think Tony Stark. That's
yeah, but
not
you got to
what's
realize
happening.
how much he just fucked up with Age of Ultron.
Oh, yeah.
He could have been the key to destruction of the world if they
But
hadn't come together.
It's Baxi's he saved it once.
Exactly, and then I
Yeah,
understand
I mean,
that.
he's even, so he can fuck up again, right?
And realistically,
Yeah.
the way they're playing the thing off here is that that Cap's thinking unreasonably because it's his friend Bucky.
Oh wow, I know who one of the villains are.
Oh yeah.
Baron Zemo.
Oh yeah, I heard the possibility.
Well,
unless
he's
it's going to be a
named-
flashback.
Asian bladders are tiny.
Right. But yeah, Comic Vine. I don't know if any of you follow them or anything, but they had a really good breakdown of. I just sent it to the one of our chats for reading off air kind of thing. But
Yeah.
it breaks down like 10 or 12 different sequences in there. It even has a mention of the Accord. You see them handing the Accord to Black Widow. Well, the final scene in Ant-Man. You have them talking about like maybe we can get Tony involved, and they're like, well, if the Accords will let them. So they're already they're little Easter eggs around. So
yeah,
that, and they show some like clothing changes. You see Black Widow in her normal outfit, yet later you seen her fighting in like what we would consider street clothes. So like did she go from one team to another team? It's like no, I think she just was wearing a different set of clothes when she got attacked, but we don't know. So there's a lot of questions that it raises, but I'm really looking forward to it. I think it'll be pretty strong.
I'm not looking forward to them like shoving Spider-Man into the mix, or it's just it's a lot of.
I mean, they're on like their 10-year
This is their
plan.
introduction for the Black Panther because he's supposed to be
And
have his own movie or something,
Phase 3, he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's just that's my gripe. That was my only gripe about the movie is like how much of the movie is going to be dedicated to trying to launch the other movies.
Like. The funny part, though, is if you go back and look at the comic books, the Avengers were a total of, 40 different comic book heroes?
Yeah, but that's the thing that about the movies. We've talked about this before. I don't give a shit what happened to comics when it comes to making a movie.
Yeah,
like,
you're
a good, concise movie.
fan of old
even
comics.
Yeah, but they were both that way. So, I mean, the Avengers, you had a core team, but every episode they had someone guest appearing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that was the way they did. They launched it. The same exact concept they're using for TV, they pulled from paper. They're like, you know what? We're doing great with Iron Man and Thor. They have their own series. We have them in Avengers. Let's bring in this other guy who we think could have his own. We're going to test him out in the Avengers, throw him in Uncanny, throw him in wherever for, a number of issues, and then launch a title. It's the exact same thing they've been doing in comic books for years.
I know, but the two mediums are completely different. Like,
to a degree.
No, they're completely different. The storytelling style is completely different, and I don't think you can really garner enough from a movie told in the way of a comic book. If you really wanted to do it that way, then every 20 minutes should be a completely different story.
See, I think you garner significantly more from a cinematic presentation than you do a comic book. I think it leaves much more to the imagination in a comic book than it does in a movie.
Yeah, but that storytelling style and that pace where you just have, like, why is this guy here?
Yeah.
Okay, you get like some character filling in the plot hole through like 30 seconds of dialogue, and then you're just thrown in the mix with this other character, and you don't get to develop a reason to care for them.
But
like
then when
Iron
they try
Man,
to give you a reason to care for them and they introduce a character, you don't like it.
well, no, like Iron Man developed a character to get behind. Captain America developed a character to get behind, and then you have all these other characters showing up in the Avengers that like Scarlet Witch could die right now. I could give a shit.
Yeah.
Well, she's not one of the
Black Widow is not a developed character enough for me to care about. Like the
I can
Hawkeye,
she's kind of been the Hawkeye they tried to develop in the last one with the whole house and all that.
I
kind
thought
of
they were
stuff.
trying to kill him.
I did too. I
But
thought
even
they were
then,
trying
like,
to
You
kill
need to
him.
put tried a
it
little
just
bit more
seems
there.
it just seems like these characters are plot devices that are inserted to sort out shitty storytelling. It's just, all it is to get you from
characters are plot devices, right? That's kind of the point.
Yeah, well, I understand that, but it's not. You don't do that just because you have no plot.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you don't develop a plot and a reason for them to be there, and it's like, well,
I mean, of all the trailers I've seen, this one has the most. This is the most plotastic one.
yeah,
There's
and I'm
more
hoping they
going
recover.
on here than
I'm hoping they recover because there
Say it
is
again.
significant story to be
Plotastic.
told.
There we go.
Yeah, plotastic.
Fun guy.
Yeah, plot-tastic.
And that may be why.
or plotception.
Plot. We have not had.
Whoa.
Do you just realize we went 1 hour and 56 minutes
Wait,
without
this is
an Inception
this
reference?
is the plotception
Wah,
soundtrack.
wah, wah, wah.
This is the Thanksgiving Day special.
Yeah.
We just,
If you're not tired of us yet,
You should
We'll
be.
make you tired eventually.
I do want to hit one
if
of
you're
Mike
still listening,
Davis'
Pickle bottles
if you're
isn't
still
empty.
listening, it's Thanksgiving, motherfucker. Have a good time.
Turkey,
What you got, Chris?
Mike had The Expanse.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I have not
You-
watched yet.
You were talking about this out when we were having
Just
a
a tip,
smoke
Garcia.
break.
Just a tip.
Just a tip.
You get so far away.
Oh, and
I
by
know
the way,
it's
Mark
pink. You don't want to
Garcia-
get close to it.
It's pink.
I see that.
No.
Don't worry.
The
After you're
question
done
from
with
earlier,
that, we set it
the
on
Kyle didn't know
fire.
the answer to
Oh,
it.
it's
It's
pink.
pink.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that way so nobody else gets sick.
It depends. There have been
If
some
it
blue, and that's
depends-
when you run away. That's
If
when
it
you run
depends,
away.
it's red.
Changes color.
Yeah,
when
I
it's
agree.
wet.
I agree. There seems to be more. There's certainly more story to tell here than there have been in the past two, where you've had
Yeah.
sort of like the flavor of the year villain that just shows up for this one movie.
Yeah. Well, and they did start production on Doctor Strange this week, and I think that's going to be my favorite, just from his storyline.
I'm hoping that it should be interesting. But I think the reason they're introducing like the Scarlet Witch in small ways, if you remember how they introduced Scarlett Johansson's character in Iron Man 2, it was in a similar way. It was a really small character that had nothing to do, and then they brought her out more and more.
Yeah. They babied her into it, but
Parts of her weren't small.
you still haven't got a huge backstory on her.
We haven't. That's
Got a huge front story on her.
But do you need it?
We don't need it, but it
like, I mean, how much of a backstory do we have on Fury?
No,
Dude,
but
I want that movie.
you could have.
I really want
But
that
I have
movie.
no problem with them throwing Nick Fury in whatever movies, even with the minor character development they've had for him already.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's
Well,
Samuel L. Jackson,
well,
and you will get a Capital One credit card.
Well, it's kind of
I have
established
two.
that he is.
It's that motherfucker's fault.
He's got like a clearly defined role.
Yeah.
Even from the start.
Right.
You know, he has a.
Well, so did she. She's an assassin.
I wouldn't say that she doesn't have a reason to be there, but
He's talking about Scarlet Witch.
it's not. Yeah, it's not.
Oh.
It's not as well developed.
No, I think.
And she has like at the end of Age of Ultron or whatever. She clearly has like a very evident leadership role.
Yeah.
But you have no idea the reasons why. You have no idea what her.
They're just setting her up to be there when everyone else leaves.
Which is entertaining because a lot of people talked a lot of shit about Skye in the first season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Why is she here? We don't need all that. Now, if you're caught up, you kind of see it was 2 seasons of character development to get her to where, she is now almost. So,
Well,
I mean,
she's still growing a lot though. Like
she is. She's still developing as a character.
I'm waiting like.
Oh,
four,
okay. I
four-
thought it was like physically.
No, that would be called plastic.
But yeah, I mean, I
surgery.
see your point,
Yeah.
but I think they're having to pick and choose. Yeah, Cap. I mean, the same way they did in the comic books. They have their big guys. They got their Thors. They have, I think for the only other person that we even really saw a ton of was Loki. And I mean, didn't he get his own series in the comic books?
Oh, yeah.
Well, they all have their own series now.
Well,
And
no,
they
I'm
just
talking
rebooted
about
them
like
all
the
again.
rest of the Asgardians, like his
Yeah,
crew.
like back in the day, like Loki had his own book.
Yeah, I think Loki was probably one of the ones.
Well, they even had because I saw it and it was too expensive for me to buy on eBay.
Or it wasn't
like-
a series; it was a short run.
Like
but
Thor's
short run.
crew. I don't know what they're called.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Mike knows.
I think,
but
like, but still, like in current
Thor's
continuity,
crew
like
has,
Thor
like,
has been
a
the
fucking group.
Yeah, like in the current continuity, Thor has been like the weakest 2 films out of all of them.
yeah.
That's I think opinionated. I mean,
It's not it had no story.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Like,
mean, right now
it's like, oh, Natalie Portman's here, and that chick from that one CBS show is here, and we have like
her
still,
name is
I don't,
Kat Dennings. Damn it.
yeah, Kat, like, but it's still like there's no story being told here.
No, there's story. You just gotta. I think it's a deeper story. Like you have to actually read into it more. There's.
It was a feature length film that had the same exact it pretty much had the same amount of character development that Scarlet Witch had for a major character.
which character?
Or not Scarlet Witch, Johansson, Black Widow.
I'm just
Dude,
waiting for her
I
new
think the
movie.
second one had a lot more character development than the first one. The first one was kind of just like, hey, look, Natalie Portman, Kat Dennings, and a random hot
Yeah,
guy.
we
Let's do
need
this.
we need like a linking story to kind of half-ass fill in the plot details and throw Thor into the mix.
Well, the way they're doing the next Superman will be very Krypton heavy. After the current one, the Superman one, that
Batman
comes out.
versus Superman,
Batman
yeah.
versus Superman. The next one's they're saying it's supposed to be very, very Kryptonian origin. I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to do an Asgard origin type.
yeah, because
thing.
there's like
Because you give you
it's
kind
like,
of the back. We just know they're better than we are. They can fucking fly and they have hammers that go everywhere.
They
Yeah,
have
and like
rainbows.
they have
Well,
rainbow
other
bridges.
planets.
It would
that
have
can
been.
take you to
I think like the first Thor movie would have been a lot better had they just stayed in his universe
Yeah.
and not come to Earth, because it's a very rich, very deep,
But
Greek
from the
epic
standpoint
kind
of they're making this movie for Earthlings.
Yeah.
You have
they
to remember what
tie
we're
it
all
to
leading
us.
up to. We're leading up to the Infinity Wars, where
Yeah.
it's going to tie all that in together.
Listen to the ginger that has no soul.
But I don't think they're going to develop the character Thor or any Asgardians much on the way to that prize.
Well, and that's one thing I noticed in the trailer is Thor and Ultron aren't in there because I think they'd have to be on opposite sides to cancel each other out.
Well, I think I don't think Thor is going to be too heavy in it. Neither is Hulk.
He's not. He's in it at all. Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. You have to have
Hulk
Hulk on
chooses
one
a
side and
side.
kind of Thor on the other.
Yeah,
Well,
and
no,
I
if
see
you
them.
throw Ultron into the mix, though, then it's like
You talking about Vision?
Yes, he's on television.
Okay. I got
Fine.
confused
Yes.
about Ultron and
okay, the Dickless bottle is almost done. I'm just putting that out there.
So when that runs out, that's when the show ends.
No, that's when I get loopy.
Yeah, I think
should end the show before
we've
that
never
happens.
actually run a show to the point where his head just craters into the keyboard.
Have we had a 2-hour show yet?
I don't think we have.
We're about to.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
we're there.
we're at 2:02 now.
We're there.
Oh,
Yeah.
are we? Cool.
Yeah.
Look at us
I
go.
have two more
Happy
things
New
that-
Year!
Woo! Because I got at least two
On the
more
East
things.
Coast, it is Thanksgiving.
Opa!
Are you? Never mind.
Yeah.
They told me that when I bought a Euro this weekend.
Wait, Renaissance Fair. What?
What?
They have a lot of interesting things there.
Yeah,
They have
there's
Gator.
there's a Greek festival.
There's a whole Greek
Also,
festival in the middle
There's
of it.
also one like on sawdust. You can throw plates and shit. It's pretty fun.
Oh, olive oil?
Italian.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good.
I know.
I'm
Their
pretty
food's
sure you're
good
not
and you
supposed to throw the
plates. No, they have special plates.
Special plate.
They
They're
give you
specialty
these,
plates.
Like, yeah, no, they throw plates.
Yeah.
I'm yawning. You're yawning.
I'm yawning.
Yeah.
Yeah, shows.
You're
it's
you're
getting-
half asleep.
All right, so
I still got to drive home.
I gotta
Right.
wake
Oh,
up in
wow.
like 3 hours and put stuff in the oven.
Has anyone heard of The Expanse? That's the last thing I like to really.
Yeah,
I want to talk about
Sci-Fi
that
is-
for a while.
I've read the
but I
book.
don't
I
wanna stay
love the
awake.
book, the series.
Yeah.
So
it's-
next week we're going to talk about The Expanse. Y'all should come back.
I don't know. There's two things I don't. So first of all,
To be continued.
yeah, Ginger Muff, and now we're talking about The Expanse. I don't know if I can handle
You're
this.
thinking expansing Ginger Muff right now, aren't you?
Oh my god.
It involves black tentacles.
Okay, you must be talking about anime then.
It could be.
Is it called anime or something else?
Hentai.
I tried to stop this a minute ago.
First episode's on Chris Flicks.
Okay, but anyways, like offshoot.
And the YouTubes.
Side note,
it's on YouTube.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
She's the lead actress in Ghost in the
Yeah.
Shell, the live
Oh,
action
yeah.
flick.
Yeah.
Looking
Okay.
forward to
Forward
that.
to that.
Yeah.
Wait, no, that was Eon Flux. I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that was-
With
Yeah, that was a
Throne.
week.
Yeah,
Sure.
in my
Yeah,
head
that
I
was
was
a
like,
week
did they
live
already do
action.
Well,
this?
there was
And-
Eon Flux and there was one that came out at the same time. There's the same exact movie with a different actress.
Ultraviolet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ultraviolet. Yeah.
Which one is
Ultraviolet
better?
was
I still
better.
don't know
Actually,
the
Ultraviolet
difference
was a lot
between-
better than Aeon Flux.
A lot
The
better.
anime
The
version of
live
Aeon
action.
Flux was better.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
wa-
the anime version. Yeah,
I
of
watched
course.
them
Yeah.
both and I was like, I don't know what's different.
Yeah, the only thing that I'm looking forward to, but I'm expecting a letdown is that the live action of Ghost in the Shell is probably not going to.
I'm hoping it's
No,
good.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna
I'm
be as
hoping
good
it's
as-
good, but it's not going to be as good as the original flick that came out like
No.
like 1995.
Yeah,
Nah, that
there's a
one-
new one just came out this year.
Yeah, it's
There's a
on-
couple.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
a 2.0.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've already seen all of them.
We could watch them all in one weekend and call it Ghosts in the Shells.
Yeah.
I think we need to put them in their coffins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Y'all are about
Yeah.
to die.
No, my
Oh, I have to
computer-
produce again, huh?
You have to produce.
Oh, I have to do this.
Yeah, so I guess that's it.
No,
Happy
yeah.
Thanksgiving, everyone.
Dude, my
Yeah, happy
battery has
Thanksgiving.
died for the first time. So it's
Your
time.
laptop battery died for the first
Yes,
time.
it's about to.
All right.
Minutes. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.